The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Yo, welcome to Real Figures, episode number 64. My name is Omar V, bringing you the latest action figure toy news of the week. And another week in the books, guys. Another awesome week, I guess you could say. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff was revealed this week. As you guys probably already know, it's New York Comic Con was going on. Some cool reveals from Hasbro. Some not so cool reveals, some not so cool HasLab. So, talk about that stuff. Yeah, like always, man, always here to wrap up the week's toy news and stuff. Got a pretty awesome show, I guess you could say. Like I said, we're gonna talk about New York Comic Con. There's some other things that kind of came across also, like on social media and stuff we'll touch on. I'll give my opinions, see if I can read some of your guys' out and stuff. Like always though, I'll go through toy news, but before that, I'll go through some of my pickups. I'll actually do that. I'll go through my pickups and I'll say what's up to the chat, man, as the chat slides in here. Actually was waiting on Amazon delivery today, but it looks like it was delayed. But I did get this Spider-Man Magic the Gathering, and got him kind of fucking pose up, kind of funny because I was like fucking around with my Wolverine and shit. That Berserker Barrage. Yeah, Spider-Man's pretty cool. It's just, man, it is a little bit kind of riddled with QC issues. It has like kind of gummy legs and stuff, gummy arms. And for it to be like $40, it's kind of a bummer, man. But I did like the battle damage stuff. Like I said, it's just, you could get down with like some freaking, like some like posing like Wolverine or something. Like, just, I don't know. It's just, it makes for a cool, just, I don't know, just like playing around, posing and stuff. Especially if you do toy photography, So I do suggest getting it, but it might go on sale. I know the card that it comes with, though. I heard it's going for like $10 or something on eBay, but probably just keep that. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool, man. Comes with like another extra head sculpt. But yeah, like I said, just the battle damage. I wish I would have kind of liked like a half ripped mask up, but I don't know. It's still cool. I like it. And yeah, I got that on sale from Target. And I'm waiting on some stuff coming in from Amazon, man. There's a lot of that MVC2 stuff coming in. The Maximum Deadpool's in stock also. So yeah, I'll be waiting on that for next week. But I did stop by Costco this week and check this thing out, guys. I got a fucking huge ass Bowser. This thing is awesome, man. I didn't put the batteries in yet just because I opened it before the show, but this thing is crazy. It has like moving jaw, moving arms, kind of like makes noises and stuff. I just liked it because it was just so big. I was like, hey, pause. But it's just so chunky that I was like, you know what? I always remember playing N64 Mario N64, and how he was just so large, and you got like Mario kind of posed up against him. It's just so cool, man. Woohoo! I used to love that game, bro. That's like an all-time great game. But yeah, this thing is crazy, man. It was marked down to like $50. So if you guys have like a Costco membership, definitely stop by and check it out there. But like I said, man, Jax is killing it. I think it was a retail for $75. This huge ass thing is $75, bro. Marked down to 55, where that's where I got it for. But I just thought that was so awesome. I was like, man, I gotta get that. I gotta get that piece. And like I said, my boy Mario, woohoo! I used to just love the way he would make all these noises and shit. And then something kind of weird, but I saw this on Walmart for $10, the King Homer. And I know they did the figure recently, but man, I wanted this big plush doll thing because it's a fucking Kong Homer, man. He's got to be bigger than the rest of the Simpsons characters, And I didn't take it out of the box. I don't know if I am, man, because I do like how it's displayed with like the curtains being open and stuff, kind of how he is when he's captured. So I don't know. I know the chains are kind of broken off in there. So yeah, I might crack this open, but I did like the packaging on that, man. Like I said, Jack's fucking killing it, bro. Look at this shit. This is fucking crazy, dude. I was like, you know what? If the scale is good enough with the Mario, which it does, I was like, oh, that's awesome. I got to get that. And I don't know, man. I have the movie Bowser, and I thought that was like one of the better figures that came out about 3 years ago. I just thought it was great. I was like, man, that's better than the SH Figuarts, you know. But this one, as soon as I saw it, I was like, wow, that looks crazy to have articulation and you know, like battery features and stuff. I was like, man, Jax, you killing it, man. Because we're gonna talk about a HasLab today. Not a HasLab. I actually forgot. It's a made to order figure, but we'll dissect the value on that versus you know, some other companies, obviously. So we'll go over that, and yeah, after that, after like my pickups right now, that's pretty much all I got. I'll say what's up to the chat sliding in here, man. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys are picking up as always, man. What your guys' thoughts on it is, and let me know if my mic is coming through good, man. I think the settings are for it to be good, but man, last week I don't know what happened, but it was my audio was kind of, it was fine, but my mic setting was coming like through my headphones. I don't know why you guys didn't tell me, man. I would have fucking switched it around. Next time that happens, though, I will send a prize to whoever points it out. Because I was like, fuck, as soon as I played it back, shout out to my man Zoomfig Customs, replay crew. He was like, oh, no one told you about the mic. I was like, oh, fuck. And as soon as I saw that comment, I heard it, and I was like, oh, fuck. God damn it. But yeah, let me know if it's coming in through. And like I said, the next time that happens, whoever catches it, it's got to be during the live show, though, obviously. Shout out to Zoom. I do appreciate him pointing it out in the comments, but it's too late, man. It was too late. But yeah, let me know. And I'll say what's up to the chat. Chat sliding in here. We got Liquid Below Zero in the house. He says, yo, what's up? Yo, Liquid, what up, man? Shout out to Liquid Below Zero. You guys follow him on his Instagram and stuff, his X account. You guys always posting cool pictures. Toy news also. He's got like a toy news channel and stuff. Shout out to Liquid, man. Cool people. Obi-Juan Chingones in the house. Is this Que Pasa Omar? Sup, peeps? Yo, Obi-Juan, what up, man? Hustle in the building says, sup, Omar? Yo, Hustle, what's good? He says, sup, fellas? Thor in the house. This is hi, Omar V. Yo, Thor, how's it going? Welcome, Thor. Welcome, B. Rivera. He says, yo, what up? What up, B? I touched on some of the Mesco stuff too. Let me know what your thoughts on that is, B. I know you're getting everything, but you gotta be straight up, bro. Mike sounds okay. All right, cool. I don't know who Mike is, but I'm just kidding. Man, but yeah. Like I said, we'll get into the toy news, guys, because as you guys can tell from the thumbnail, big reveal. I guess you could call it a big reveal. It's been a big reveal for a minute because it's a little bit kind of slow to roll these pre-orders out for this company. But we got to start off with the JADA Toys Street Fighter 2 line. Still coming in hot with their stuff, man. I know it's been said recently that, you know, there's a JADA Toy killers around the block. You know, Storm Arena is coming in hot. And I got to say, though, man, shout out to Cobra. I ain't seen him in the chat in a minute, but he did comment and on a post. And I have to agree, man. Even though Storm Arena's coming in with their crazy articulated figures, crazy price points, also that is direct competition with these guys, I still enjoy what JADA's doing, man. I still feel like these guys. I don't know. I think I even want to give them a 1-up over the Storm Arena stuff, just because I don't know. They were kind of the first ones to it, man. You know, obviously they're not the first ones to make 112 action figures of a Street Fighter. But I feel like these guys sparked this craze, this frenzy for Street Fighter 112 action figures. And for that, I got to give them extra points, man. You know, they came out hot. It kind of slowed down after the first few waves. It kind of, I thought a lot of the releases were going to come out a lot faster. But it looks like they're kind of 2 figures per wave some of the times, 2.5, I guess you could say, because there's always like a third one that's not too far behind. But revealed, I believe, a year and a half ago, maybe, or a year or two ago at San Diego Comic-Con. And this Akuma, man, talk about a fan favorite character, man. He's just so badass. He's always like secret boss level type character. I believe the first time he came out, I think it was in a Street Fighter versus X-Men game, or I think it was in just a Street Fighter game or something, or an X-Men game. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was like a big, like a secret character unlock. And that was like the first time you ever got the sprite of this guy. It was like, oh shit, Akuma's here. What the fuck? And like I said, it's just a fan favorite because the design is just so cool. Obviously, he has kind of like the gi like Ryu and Ken have. Like his head portrait just looks so awesome with that fiery red hair. it's just such a cool character. Like he's always been picked heavy, multiple games that he's in. So obviously a figure of him is just gonna be really sought after. Jada coming with a little bit of a price increase. I think you could attribute that to tariffs and stuff. Obviously just a competition also with other companies, and yeah, I don't know, just shipping quantities and costs have gone up. So I can't really knock them there too hard, but $29.99 is still a good price, man. And like I said, because these guys are kind of the ones that started this current frenzy for these characters, I have to finish out strong with them, man. Them coming with the Street Fighter Ultra 2 roster, it was major news that they were going to finish the entire roster. And like I said, it's you started out with them. I kind of want to finish out with them. And just dissecting the figure, I love the solicitations to their pre-orders. It's like perfect posing. Like I've seen this pose a million times in the video games, and it kind of lets you know that they can hit it, you know. And one thing I actually kind of found interesting about this is they kind of showcase like the Hadouken, like arms kind of cross. So I don't know if they tweaked around that torso to kind of allow more range in that butterfly, but it is kind of difficult to kind of strike this pose with the Ryu and Ken. And I think that was the biggest knock on those releases when they came out. You can still kind of finesse it and fandangle it, but I really kind of took note of this shot right here. I think they're kind of letting people know that yeah, they're tweaking around their torsos, especially for that next line around the corner. They're also going to jump into the Alpha 3 series that we're going to take a look at another booth right now from another company. And like I said, it's just, I don't know if I would have, if I was them, if I would have jumped into that game. But, obviously listening to June and past interviews, they already had this kind of planned out. It's just like I said, other companies come in hot after they see crazy amount of sales, but just their whole presentation to their line, the fact that they are finishing the roster, it's cool. And I think people are still excited to get their stuff, even with direct competition coming from another company, price point and everything, on board and stuff. It's still a cool line to collect. And I'm looking forward to them. Every time they put up pre-orders, I'm looking forward to them. They look awesome. And yeah, there's just multiple poses you could pose this guy around and just have like an iconic little shelf presence and stuff. He's just so badass, man. Like I said, secret boss level type, and one of the main bosses in like that game was always like Vega, Balrog, Zangief, and here we have the Jada Toys Balrog. And I gotta say, man, like I said, the posing that these guys showcase on their figures, it sells the fuck out of them, because this thing, it looks so gnarly. This is action figure crack right here, man. Just such a cool design for another Street Fighter character, also heavily inspired by Mike Tyson. That just lets you know the influence that he had in just culture in general. Just a dope all around design for a character that, yeah, I would make for a cool brawler type, Street Fighter type character. And like I said, they give you, I think the one thing that they probably could have done maybe more is maybe kind of check out a couple more effects. Because like I said, we're gonna take a look at another company right now and the stuff that they're kind of packing into that. But I think they still knock it out of the park, for what they're trying to deliver. I feel like they executed extremely well. The only thing like I said, it just keeps getting brought up though, is that other company. And I don't know if it's slowing down sales for these guys, because even though they did show all the roster, there's still a good number of characters left. We still have E Honda, we still have Zangief, T-Hawk hasn't been released. Is that the last four? Can't really remember. I think that might be the last four, so it's not too far away before we can kind of see other stuff, But like I said, just a good line of figures. Instant pre-orders for me whenever they go up. So I was happy to see these kind of go up this week. Finally, it's not really like toy news, but like I said, just the whole presentation that they kind of put forward, it's awesome. And it just makes you excited for the release when it comes out. So yeah, I definitely lock these two up. Akuma was day one. Balrog also. I know that Storm Collectibles one, the one that was a kind of more 7-inch scale, not Storm Arena. I know that was a really good figure. I saw a lot of great poses with that, a lot of great shots with that. That's my man Wavy. I know he copped that. I think he took a really cool shot with that, because like I said, just the design of the character kind of lends itself to even a bigger figure, And yeah, that was kind of the one thing that was like really big with these guys, was that, man, these guys are showcasing new tooling across the whole line, because of the designs of the characters are just so different. Not all of them. Obviously, you could get some reuse with the Akuma, with the Ryu, with the Ken, but it's pinless throughout, and that's awesome. So shout out to them. I know they had a smaller presence at this event, New York Comic Con, but we have to jump over. We have to jump over. Oh, and this was their Street Fighter Alpha 3 figures that they had on display. So they had Charlie and Ryu. And like I said, the head sculpt on the Ryu, I actually kind of like better than the Storm Arena. The Charlie looks great too. I can't wait till this line gets off the ground. I know these guys are chomping at the bit to get it off the ground because, like I said, direct competition is right around the corner. And everything I said about JADA, you can easily apply to this company as well. They are executing some great looking figures. It's just definitely heavy research and development when it came to these guys. Like they looked at exactly what JADA was doing with their Street Fighter Ultra 2 series, and man, they just kind of elevated them a bit, obviously for a different game, but you get better accessories when it comes to the hands, sometimes better portraits. I think better articulation. I think quality of plastics also better. The paint is also better. Like I said, the effects that they're packing into this, I was kind of bummed out that we didn't have this kind of effect with the Guile. Even with the Player 2, I was kind of hoping that Target exclusive, like blue costume or blue Player 2 costume one, was going to have an effect like this. And I was kind of bummed out to see that it didn't. So I think JADA Toys, if they're smart, they would kind of pace themselves a bit when it comes to this Alpha 3 series. Pick these figures up. I know June is going to be picking these things up, and I know he's going to be dissecting them, seeing how he can improve his own line. And yeah, I think it's just left to the consumer, man. The only thing that bums me out though, is that it's the exact same game. These guys look like they're already deep into a roster where we're already getting Player 2s and Player 3s of certain characters. This Ken right here started floating around social media this week. We recently saw like a purple gi one. So now we got like a yellow one that also looks cool. And yeah, like I said, we're even getting kind of prototypes to other figures. And just look at their Akuma, man. Like, just look at the shading on it. It's gonna be hard for JADA Toys to top what these guys are already doing, and just how far ahead they are. I think that was like the biggest knock on Storm Arena when they first showed off a line was, are these guys gonna finish a roster? Are they gonna jump around so much? What roster have they finished? What game have they finished? These guys are well on their way already, and it's crazy. It's crazy to see because even here we're still missing the Ryu from this display, so they even have that one. The Sagat recently went up for pre-order, and yeah, by the looks of it, it looks like Chun-Li, Akuma, and Charlie are not too far behind. I think the Charlie went up for pre-order, right? I think that one had gone up, or I could be mistaken on that. But man, they just look so freaking awesome, and the Zangief coming with the effects, like I said, something that JADA probably could have upped on their end. It's hard to pick what's going to be the superior line when it's all said and done. And I don't know. I think a lot of people are just going to get both lines. But like I said, that's just kind of a bummer to get the exact same game. One is obviously going to be a lesser version. So I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm going to pick and choose when it comes to certain characters, but I kind of don't want to miss out on either line, to be quite honest, because they just look so good. I give props to JADA. I give a lot of props to them for what they came out with. And according to June and past interviews, this line is supposed to have like extra tooling, better feel to the plastic, better articulation. And it kind of does look like it already, just from these like early prototypes of Ryu and Nash, Charlie Nash. But man, it's going to be so weird to just have the same game represented by two different companies, So I definitely think there's going to be people that make that decision, but there's definitely people that are going to go for both lines, and there's probably going to be people that just kind of mix and match, and that might be where I go down the route I take, because yeah, I kind of want to get the best versions of stuff. I don't want to get multiples of stuff, so I'm gonna be waiting and seeing and stuff, I got my beak wet with the Ken. I have the Ryu, my pile of loot. I got to ship that out because I do want to get that figure in hand. And I don't know. I'm gonna just take my time with it though, But like I said, I definitely know the JADA's chomping at the bit to get their line off the ground, because just look at these guys. Not only are they doing Street Fighter Alpha 3, but man, it looks like Darkstalker is also well on its way, and these guys are eating, man. they're eating off of this Morgan and Lilith, man. Morgan's tits look a little small. I think I would have sized them up a bit, but they can't all be winners. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see, man. And I don't know, man. Call me crazy, but I kind of feel JADA Toys was even going to work on something like this. And now that they're kind of seeing how far ahead these guys are, it's like they better kind of go back to the drawing board and kind of reanalyze their decisions and stuff on lines they want to make. Because not only are they doing Dark Stalkers, they got an SNK line also well on its way. 3 figures already kind of ready to go, 3 early prototypes, and yeah, they're gonna be jumping around, but it looks like they're really taking this 112 6-inch line seriously. I think they just saw the crazy love that they got for their Street Fighter figures, coming out with Ken right away. It's just, I think they know where the money's at, where to do the investment in, and yeah, I think they're out to win, man. So shit, we gotta wait and see. But let me say what's up to more people in the chat. More people are sliding in here. We got Jose Rodriguez. He says, "What's good, fella? Shout out New York Comic Con. I got that Baki from Storm Arena, that fucking expensive ass Mezco red hood. Oh, shout out to fucking Jose, man. I wanted that red hood. Oh yeah, and the Baki display. I actually forgot to get that, but man, those figures look good, and people are eating off of those, man. That Baki figure, his dad, I forget his name, but he's already kind of coming out and stuff. I saw a lot of reviews on that, and people are digging it, man. It's just, that was kind of my concern when I got the Ken. I was like, all right, let me see how cheap this thing feels. Man, it feels really, really good, and it's scary to think that these guys are like pricing them at that direct competition price with JADA. Had these been like $50 a pop, I think they would still sell, but I think that would be that hesitation that JADA would need to make sure people kind of go for their stuff. But these guys are like going directly at their throats, man, and that is crazy, and it just leaves me wondering. It's just like, well, fucking Bandai, kiss my fucking ass. I'm not paying you $90 for a Naruto figure or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, no, dude, they're like Hasbro of the East, so I just trip out, Be Weird in the house. This is damn coworker made me miss the first 10 minutes. Ah, man, fire her ass. Shout out to Be Weird. We got 8 and Skate. What's up, Omar and Chad? Hope you all having a great Sunday. Oh, right on. Hey, shout out to 8, man. Yeah, we're all having a pretty chill Sunday. At least I am. My fantasy football team whooped some ass. I still got a couple players left, but I'm well ahead, baby. So I'm pretty happy about that. His name was M. Bison. Yeah. I know the Balrog's first name was M. Bison, but yeah, that was just gonna be too much of a copyright. But like I said, it's just such an iconic fighter, Iron Mike, Kid Dynamite, that a freaking video game character was based off of him. That's just so awesome, and man, Storm Arena got to get around to making another Mike Tyson figure. I know they did that Storm Mike Tyson. I never had it. I've always wanted it, but a proper 6-inch one, that would be fucking awesome. I'll cop that day one. So yeah, looking forward to that, man. But pretty cool stuff all around, I gotta say, from both companies. Ortega in the building. What's up, Ortega? Torso on Akuma looks short. Oh, is that for the Storm Arena, or which one are you saying? Kind of. Yeah, kind of looks a little slimmy, huh? My boy looking a little slimmy right there, but I don't know. I think they both look good, and like I said, I feel kind of bummed out for JADA, because it's like these would have just been instant cops from everybody, but now there's that hesitation. It's like, man, even though this is another game, there's definitely hesitation. Yeah, the torso right here looking short. I don't know. I don't know, man. You gonna get me to pass on this? Nah, I'm still getting this. Like I said, I definitely want to finish at least this Ultra Street Fighter 2 game, and then into the Alpha 3. I think I'm gonna bob and weave right there, just like my man Balrog. His name was M. Bison. My man Host was saying, fighting code names, Storm Kill JADA. These Storm Kill JADA. Shit, man. I know it's hard not to say that, but like I said, once these guys get this line off the ground, I think they're gonna hold their own, and like I said, for me, I'm giving them extra points just because they were the ones that kind of wanted to jump on this shit, and take it serious. I think obviously Storm could have done this a while ago, but they waited to see some other company do it, and for that, they're pieces of shit. I gotta say. Gotta admit, JADA sparked the fire as Storm to possibly complete a line. I'm here for both. Yeah, Hustle said that in the past, and yeah, like I said, yeah, you got to give them the extra points because they were that spark, Ghost Tab in the building says hello. Yo, Ghost Tab, what up? The Akuma face in Arena looks better than Jada. I hate that Arena is taking my money instead of Jada. Yeah, right. It just feels like, man, it just feels like you're cheating on your fucking girl or your wife or something. Man. It's like, God damn it. It just looks so much more like premium, and it's like, God damn, dude. I'm waiting to see where they drop the ball, but by the looks of it, we've yet to see that. I maybe some of the face sculpts, some of the head sculpts are looking a little soft. I didn't get the comparison with the Jada one because I don't think they had it at the booth at New York Comic Con. But man, overall, like, man, these are just looking stellar, bro. So I don't know. It's like I said, it's gonna be hard to pick and choose, and I gotta see which Jada ones I like better. But man, I'll give them the extra points. But man, when it comes to just getting the best of the line or best of the IP, yeah, it's gonna be hard to top these guys, especially when you got them mixing and matching with other video games as well. Where they're all gonna have a cohesive scale, cohesive feel to the plastic, and just look overall. Oh man, it's just a bitch, bro. Ghost Tab for Prime Day. I got a Doctor Doom helmet, Super 7 molecular, all on sale. All right, on, man. I know I didn't get much. I got that fucking Jack's Toys King Homer. And man, you guys do. I don't know if you guys missed this, but man, you guys got to get your Costco. Get yourself this fucking King Bowser, bro. This shit is $50. I was like, I gotta get that shit. I was like, that's fucking awesome, man. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff on sale, man. But yo, guys, like I said, Jada did have a pretty cool booth. They showed off that Invincible line that, man, I don't know, man. I feel like they should have started off with the other costumes, like everybody said. But I can't wait for these guys to get this line off the ground as well. I feel like this is where they're gonna be eaten, but they got to get it off fast because you could tell there's gonna be companies that jump in on this, man. You could just tell, bro. I know Capcom are some pimps pimping out that IP, licensing it like crazy, but I feel like they got a pretty good deal with Skybound. They got to get this out fast because there's going to be third-party companies that just do not give a fuck. Once they see how these are selling, how people are digging them and picking them up, they're going to dig into those books, those comics. They're going to start pumping out these third-party characters. These guys got to be fast. They got to be fucking fast to get this shit out. So hopefully it's not too far away before we see pre-orders of these because by the looks of it, they look ready to go, and then also their Scooby-Doo line, we got their Wave 3 in boot shots, where we previously only saw a render reveal to Daphne, but also 2 ghouls or monsters with her, aka the bad guys of the show. I forgot their names, but yeah, man, pretty cool to see that they're continuing this line as well. And this is what I mean. They really gotta lean in heavy on this stuff. Maybe pace yourself with the Alpha 3 stuff because there's gonna be people that are just gonna pass all around. But man, go heavy, go hard on this, and I think they're still gonna continue to see sales towards their company because yeah, this is stuff that people want also, and that there isn't another company making the exact same thing. So lean into it, guys. You know what I mean? I think after seeing these recent cons, I think that's what they're kind of going to the drawing board for. It's like, all right, we're gonna have to really double down on these because yeah, this is gonna be where our money flow is coming from. They might start to see slower sales going towards their Street Fighter stuff, which is fucking crazy. Ghost Tab, the Invincible line looks really good. Conquest is day one purchase. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome figure to get. And yeah, like you said, only Conquest is day one purchase. It's like, had this been Mark's like first costume, that would have been instant cop, instant. Now you just get that little bit of a hesitation in it, right? It's like, maybe I'll wait, But overall, I think I'm gonna just go all in for Wave 1. Like I said, these guys are really in the good graces of the collectors, man. They're pumping out pretty great product at an awesome price. They're not skimping out on tooling and stuff. And yeah, they got a good amount of IPs also that they're doing. I know a lot of people are liking the cyberpunk stuff. This Invincible line, like I said, though, I feel like this is gonna get normies to buy action figures. Also, like a couple of my coworkers, or at least one of my coworkers, like mentioned, like, yeah, he's wants some Invincible figures. I know they teased out was it season 3 also coming soon, so I think they're gonna strike when the iron's hot. As soon as that season comes out, figures are gonna be probably floating around already. Get that money, Jada. Get that fucking money, guys. Because yeah, this is gonna be it right here, man. And their Scooby-Doo line, man. Look at that Daphne, bro. She looks great. I can't wait to get the whole crew. I haven't got any of the bad guys yet, but I think after I get Scoop, I think I'm gonna double back and get the Wave 1 bad guys and the Wave 2. I don't know if I'm gonna be all in on the bad guys, but I definitely want to get some of the more iconics. I've been seeing that Mummy a lot. That Mummy looks crazy, and the articulation that they're packing into these figures, they have no business to have this much articulation. Some of them, so it's crazy. It's a crazy line. I'm in for that whole Scooby line. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's awesome, man. And it's crazy because I was watching a Robo's Weekly, and it's true. It's like, man, a lot of Scooby Doo episodes always had them in the background. You always kind of watched a little bit, and you kind of understood. All right, cool, Scooby Doo, good time. But man, once you start seeing the toys in hand, you're like, oh, I remember that monster. I remember that guy. I remember that bad guy. So it's just gonna be a fun line every time they do a wave reveal. It's like, oh, I like that. I like it when companies, not everything has to get teased out, not everything has to have like a preview to it. It's just first time we see it is when the wave is announced. I just like that. I wish toy companies go back to that. Not everything has to have like a fucking week in advance render reveal. Like, look, guys, it's a render reveal. Fuck off, G.I. Joe, you piece of shit. You ruined fucking toys. Jose saying that Invincible figures looks fire, but damn, the Zoom rig third-party Invincible line looks fire. Yeah, exactly. I said last week. They're leaving the door open, man. Leaving that fucking door open. Definitely looks good. Yeah, exactly like my man Ghost Tab saying that open mouth definitely is for Gooner audience. Hey, yo, I know I was about to say, hey, yo, Daphne, what that mouth do, girl? Look at that mouth on her. Exactly. They knew what they were doing. Any plans on a possible mystery machine? You know what? They're gonna do it. They're gonna fucking do it. I've seen them as June. I think it was Trav Moody on the Toy Kind of Mood. I think he asked them. And it wasn't like a definitive yes, and it wasn't even a slight no. It was just kind of like, the line does good, but these guys, like I said, they don't skimp out when it comes to tooling. This company already makes vehicles, not in 1/12 scale, but man, they put together some pretty awesome die-cast vehicles that I know fucking Mystery Machine plastic. Oh man, that's easy money. They just need to scale it up. Obviously, the tooling is going to cost money, and yeah, the cost of that shit to ship out. But I think they know. I think they know the fan base is going to be there for it, and yeah, that's probably going to be maybe a year, maybe 2 years before we see it at a booth or something. But yeah, they're gonna be cooking, man. I could see the Fred and the Velma revealed soon, and then after that, it's like, hey, what's left? When it comes to the crew, it's like they need that mystery machine. So, man, I definitely think they are gonna do it. So yeah, shout out to Hustle, point that out. That open mouth Daphne should have come with double jointed knees. Hey yo, I know. I was like, yo, Daphne, what that mouth do, girl? That's a perfect head sculpt, man. My man Poncho, he says, hey yo, what up, Poncho? Thought Ramen Toys revealed the mystery van. Yeah, that was the Zinc Toys collaboration. I think it was the Misery machine, which is like kind of it was a cool little homage van, but man, I want that cartoony flavor, man. I want the exact shape of that van because it's just such a cool, like I said, iconic vehicle for pop culture. And I want these guys to do really good with this line. I want them to continue to make Hanna-Barbera bear stuff. Like, I think one day they're gonna reveal like a Yogi Bear. They're gonna go deep, man. I really do think they got a lot of cool stuff up their sleeve. Right here at this event, it didn't look like they had much to show. Just like I said, previously revealed renders now in prototype form, which is fine, But we gotta be on the lookout. And if you need some ghouls and goblins and stuff, some zombies to scare your Scooby-Doo characters. Next up, we got 4 Horsemen zombies. And man, this kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the 4 Horsemen. It kind of seemed like they were a little bit quiet. Not a lot of news on the toy front over there, but it looks like this week they got around to revealing the zombies line. And I gotta say, man, it's pretty clever reuse that they got here. I think one thing that they always lean on, obviously, is the CJism soft goods. And I feel like right here they got pretty creative with what they could do with some of their like tooling from past releases. Because they've always had like these slightly demonic, slightly dead characters that they can definitely tweak around to make zombies. And Rising for the Grave for 2025, the Graveyard Zombies from 4 Horsemen Studios. We got the Worker Zombie and the Rocker Zombie. And I gotta say, like I said, for just good reuse on tooling, I give them props. But for the life of me, they need to stop using this head sculpt from this chick. It's like they've used this to hell and back. It's just been used so much that it's just not cool anymore. It's, to me, when it was first revealed as one of their Cosmic Legions figures, I thought it was one of the better head sculpts that they've done. But it's just like, dude, they need a tool of some new hair, something new, because it's like, man, you've used this so much already. But like I said, clever reuse when it comes to just reusing head sculpts, some body parts that they have. Obviously, they lean into the CJism for like the tattered up clothes that you could even use for other figures. I still say, you could definitely use for other stuff. You could probably have, some naked zombies you want to clothe up. You could definitely use it for that. Me myself, like I've said in the past, I don't really dip too much into Four Horsemen stuff. I'm like this guy with the rainbows and stuff. Look at his avatar, he's calling me gay. I don't lean too much into their stuff, but it's always kind of cool to see reveals from them. I always trip out on their fan base. It's a really rabid fan base that definitely go hardcore for their stuff, and for the most part they do kind of pack in some interesting accessories. Right here it's kind of mostly for the figure, but you get a couple couple tools and stuff, some rats and shit. And this is what tripped me out. It's like this head can use either color hair. Like, are they giving you an extra head sculpt, or is it just going to be different hair? Because for me, they just need to design a whole nother head sculpt. I'm tired of this one already. Like I said, it's a really good head sculpt, but it's just been overly used too much. And then also they're kind of giving people an opportunity to kind of dress them up differently. So they're gonna have the graveyard gear soft goods packs. And yeah, like I said, you can maybe even just buy the clothes if you kind of want to make your own custom zombies and stuff. That'll definitely work. But overall, it's kind of a cool, not 2-pack, but a cool set of figures, especially around this time. We got Halloween around the corner. I always just think it's always best to just have these as soon as Halloween is here. Because I would hate to get this during Christmas time or something. It sucks, you kind of want it during the theme of the season. So that's a bummer, but I'm not 100% if it ships during that time, honestly. And from there, we move into the blind box graveyard skeletons. And this is where I was just like, man, am I missing something? Is this like an homage to something that I'm not forgetting or I'm not remembering? Because I went on the comments to this and I saw a whole bunch of people like, yeah, heart emojis, love this. Oh man, this is awesome. Oh, this is great. And I was just staring at these things and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? Like, I guess it's kind of fun. I don't think they're like priced up so much. I believe they're only like $30, but I guess they want to get into the blind box market, and this was like the easiest way to do it. But to me, I just thought this was just added character for something like for a company like this. This struck me as something Super 7 would do. It's just very, I don't know, just I don't want to go as hard as this guy, but yeah, this isn't it for me, man. This is easy pass, where obviously the coolest one is gonna be that black chase skeleton, but even then it's like pretty boring. It's just a black skeleton, it's like, I don't know, man. Uh so like I said, I just kind of tripped out. I was tripping out. Like, just every time there's like a post for something or for a different company, I try to gauge interest in it. I'll read some of the comments, and yeah, it was nothing but this. Yeah. Bunch of hooting and hollering in the comments, like, yeah, I love this. Oh my God. OMG. Like, I heart emojis and all that shit. And I was like, I don't think I've ever typed a I heart emoji on any comment of anything toy related or anything like that. Like, even anything. I can't even think of anything, yeah, like that I've ever typed that out. It's very odd behavior. So I don't know. I don't want to say anything too negative about it, but I just was like, is this like brainwashing, or what the fuck's going on? Because I just feel like sometimes people are just a little bit too over the top when it comes to that. But I don't want to yuck somebody's yum or anything like that. But I just found it extremely odd to see that Omar has no heart. Yeah, it's like it was like this guy. This guy's going way over the top for it, but it was damn near that. It was damn near that, and it's like, no knock on that, but like, really, dude, you're gonna put like love this, even if it wasn't this, even if it was just a fucking Jada Street Fighter figure, I'm like, oh man, that's just crazy work. The lady is rough. Yeah, the lady I think is just something about her just doesn't scale correctly. She's just gonna be like a sticking out like a sore thumb. Where I feel like the male zombie you can kind of army build that one fairly easy, especially since they're zombies. Kind of sprawl them out on the floor, crawling and stuff. But this one is just, I don't know. I don't know. I think they could have done a better job. And these are just, like I said, it just struck me very odd. I heart emojis, yeah. No, it's like that smiley face with the eye hearts. It's just like, what the fuck am I missing, bro? Ghost have. She looks like any Hot Topic goth girl. No, if it's Hot Topic, she's missing the fucking beer belly. Shit, man. Fighting Conan said, Four Horsemen needs tariff money. Yeah, I think it might be that, right? It's like, if you don't have anything cool to put up for pre-order, just don't put anything out. And I guess right now, during the theme of it, it's like, all right, Halloween, this sale ends on Halloween. So you're able to kind of order these through Four Horsemen, and I believe on there they're only $29, and then after that, obviously, you're gonna get the price increase. I think there's even like a special, like 12-figure pack or something like that, or 6-figure pack that guarantees you a chase. But I don't know. I just, like I said, to me, it's just, I must have missed the cool factor or whatever's fun about this, but maybe I'm just too jaded. Yeah, true. No nose ring. Yeah, exactly. She's missing the fucking nose ring. She's missing the fucking beer gut. She works at Hot Topic. Shit, the blue hair too. So I don't know. Coming for Four Horsemen during Halloween, I guess I had to put something out, and I think their skeletons are really good figures. I've heard nothing but good things, but to do this is just a bit out of character. But like I said, available now at Four Horsemen. If you're this guy, I know you probably pre-ordered them already, but if not, you have until Halloween to get those deals locked in and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And I guess they might have these at Legion's Con, because they did kind of put out a teaser. So we got some kind of dungeon and stuff, kind of sex dungeon. And yeah, coming soon, man. So Legion's Con right around the corner. You guys are heading out there. Definitely get me the exclusives, because I'm not going, but I want some of this stuff. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we'll be seeing what they have in store. Any guesses on this? Because might be another fucking dragon. Who the fuck knows? They already got the tooling for that. I know it's been said that it could be 4 dragons in the entire line. So what better place to reveal it than at Legion's Con, especially when, like I said, their fan base is just so rabid. They have a really healthy fan base that they're excited for anything. They're clearly excited for anything. So I don't think another colored dragon would be bad idea to reveal there. That would probably get the most hype, So we got to wait and see. Cosmic. Oh, so it's cosmic. I don't know. You think so? I mean, that might be cool, right? It might be cool to see something cosmic. What if it's like a cosmic dragon? That'd be fucking awesome. I'd want to see that. That'd be fucking cool as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of I like the little teasers like this. I don't like render reveals and stuff and all that trash. I like it when companies just have like a surprise and stuff, and we kind of get excited there. But little teasers like this, I'm not mad at it, But we got to wait and see. I think maybe they might have something for their Mythic Legions line and something for their Cosmic Legions line. Because yeah, the cosmic stuff has to increase in sales, man. I always see more excitement towards like the Mythic Legion stuff. And man, it kind of sucks that they had this up their sleeve and not a Figura Obscura, but that could be in a week or two. They usually have that in stock, ready to ship out, it arrive right before Halloween. It would be cool if they do have like a Halloween figure in the store. I always love that fucking that Headless Horseman. That's just it was such a good release. And like I said, right around this time is the best time to kind of really bring it out of your collection to kind of display it somewhere nice. So pretty cool. And yeah, hopefully they got a Figura Obscura up their sleeve. They're not too far away from Halloween. But man, I gotta say, Kings of Halloween when it comes to toys is definitely NECA, man. And killer reveals, chilly new drops, and more. Horrorween. So scream all month long. You can say the same thing about fucking Miss Frankenstein over here. What that mouth do, girl? And always got to have a Michael Myers. I believe they're doing every Michael Myers. So we got Michael Myers from Halloween Resurrection, and pretty standard stuff. I don't think it's anything freaking, mind blowing here, but I do got to get me a good Michael Myers figure, man. I'm just kind of not really interested in getting like a random movie of them. I kind of want them to kind of re-release that first one, but I don't know. Since they all kind of look very similar, it's just who the fuck cares? They're all gonna look the same and shit. The one thing I do like from NECA though is they always do kind of incorporate different kind of accessories they use for other stuff. Like this little pumpkin is just cool as fuck. It's just very creepy looking. You could definitely use that for like like a certain photography shot that you want to display. And this shot right here is just creepy as fuck. There's something about this Michael Myers where you kind of like really see his like pupils and stuff. It just creeps me the fuck out. And like I said, the different kind of accessories. You get a little voodoo doll, very creepy shit. This head sculpt too. He's all burnt up, looks pretty gnarly. So pretty standard stuff when it comes to the NECA horror figures, but it is cool that they're building like a vast collection for these horror fans out there that are definitely hardcore about it, man. I always see a lot of people, dig through these when I go to Target and stuff. The few times that I go, I definitely see people in that Funko NECA area just shuffling through NECAs, opening those boxes to kind of see the figure in the blister or whatever. So it is kind of cool that they do have an expansive collection of them. And then next up, moving to the Terrifier Art the Clown bloodbath version. So we get a fucking bloodied up Art the Clown. And like I said, man, the accessories that you could get in these packs, you could definitely use for other stuff. You get like the machetes, the fucking like the different kind of weapons that he uses in the movies. Obviously, the cut off head, even the trash bag is a cool accessory. It's like, is that a fucking dead body in that bitch? So it's just cool. You could definitely use that, like I said, for like an alley shot or something, and just like bloodied up heads. You get like a really gnarly shot with like a brain just splattered on the floor somewhere, or yeah, any kind of fighting shot or something, some kind of like Mortal Kombat shot. They kind of really pack it out. And the one thing I thought was cool here is they do those face plates on this because the design of the character just kind of lends itself to that. So I'm always kind of giving companies a plus when they do that. I know Hasbro's starting to do that a little bit more often, incorporating like face plates and not just an entire new head, because I don't know, I would think it saves the company money. I know McFarlane has done it, and it just allows for more expressions to be packed into the release. So I think that's freaking awesome. And then yeah, like I said, just look at the accessories. You get all these weapons all bloodied up already. Even the fucking hammer with the blood on it looks cool. The drill, the little dolls. I actually haven't seen this movie myself, or these two movies, but I've heard great things about it, man. Where it's becoming like a cult classic. I think even you could use these accessories with the Mezco release that, as far as I know, came out already, right? I haven't really seen any reviews on it or anything myself, but like I said, since I haven't seen the movie, probably won't be getting this or the Mezco, but it is becoming a horror icon. Because like I said, the movies were received well. It's supposedly really gory, more so than like scary and stuff. So it's definitely got that shock value. If you guys haven't seen Good Boy, go watch Good Boy, man. That's a pretty creepy movie, and you're gonna cry at the end. I don't want to spoil it, but you'll cry. So go check that out. But man, this Terrifier is not gonna go away anytime soon. So NECA is definitely gonna be pumping out releases of this for a long time, and I believe this is a Walmart exclusive. So probably be seeing this going up on their site soon. And that box art is really cool too. I think it's from a specific artist that they wanted to mention. Let me actually get the name right, because it is really cool art. And I actually kind of clicked on his Instagram account, and yeah, he has like a really cool amount of just like different prints and stuff that he sells. Yeah, that box art is Sam Hain. So yeah, if you guys know or are familiar with Sam Hain, he's got just really cool stuff on his site. Just gnarly killer work that he's doing on there. So it's cool that they're showcasing his artwork on these boxes. That's awesome. So win right there. And then next up, this fucking figure right here is creepy as shit, bro. We get Pennywise as, what the fuck is his fucking name? What is his real name? Let me get it right here. So we get, yeah, an all new figure. Welcome to Derry. Ultimate Bob Gray as Pennywise. And obviously this is before he comes fucking It the Clown. And man, this shit is just creepy. It's something very scary about this before he becomes all demonic and shit. It's just, I fucking hate clowns, and I hate them for this. I just hate them for that creepy smile that they have, and that fucking those sad eyes that they can kind of put on their face. It's just so creepy. You get the pedo head sculpt. It's just crazy looking. And yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't watched this series. I don't even know if it's out, but I think it's coming out on HBO Max soon. That Welcome to Derry shit. I don't want to watch this. There's something about It the Clown that always just scared the fuck out of me, man. It's just I hate clowns. I think if I had like a real phobia, it would be of clowns. It's just I ever since I was a kid, I couldn't be near them. They scare the fuck out of me. When they're kind of cute, harmless looking clowns. All right, I could stomach them like a Krusty the Clown type of shit. But a clown like this, no fucking way, bro. I would have a panic attack if I was next to this motherfucker, bro. As gay as that sounds, I'm just being fully honest, man. Cause yeah, something about him that just creeped the fuck out of me. And just look at these like head portraits, man. It's like, holy shit, dude. And like I said, something for horror fans, something for just casual moviegoers or whatever. Obviously this version of It the Clown is becoming more and more popular. Like call me fucking crazy, but I like the original one a lot better. I know this one's gotten a lot of love over these recent years. When did that first movie come out, or the redo of this shit, like 2016 or something? Yeah, ever since then, people are really falling in love with the design of Pennywise. But overall, I think it's just a good, solid release from NECA, and it gives you a good amount of stuff that I didn't think that we would ever see, like like the Pennywise before he becomes fucking it and shit like that. This is just a creepy fucking head sculpt, man. It kind of reminds me of that motherfucker Ed Gein, man. I know that series right now too is getting a lot of fucking praise just because of how crazy and dark it is. That's another one that I can't watch, man. Heavily influenced Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's just crazy that these fucking demons walk the earth, man. Because shit, the world is a wicked fucking place, man. And it's just like you see this, and it's like, yeah, this is movie shit. But man, some shit you see in real world is not too far away from this fucking slippery slope that people fall, down and become fucking serial killers or murderers and shit. It's just very crazy. So I definitely see this one selling well, just because, like I said, it's kind of a more original take on it. Something that I didn't think we'd see. Because along with that, we also have It from Welcome to Derry. So we got the ultimate Pennywise. And it says, from the twisted world of horror, author Stephen King and the HBO series It, Welcome to Derry, NECA unleashes another ultimate Pennywise. So yeah, kind of more directly from that exact show. I can't really pinpoint the differences from the movie, but I'm sure there are some that obviously the collectors and the hardcore fans can definitely point out. But if you don't have a Pennywise, this also makes for a really good one. Just this head sculpt also, just look how fucking demonic he looks, even without showing any of his teeth. Those eyes that just pierce through your fucking soul, and the balloon. A really cool accessory here, like this is creepy as fuck. Like, and then yeah, like I said, because these movies are received so well, they become culture icons, especially for this genre. So I don't know. I'm passing on a lot of these because, like I said, I just can't be near this shit. But I know they do sell well, and yeah, just go on the NECA social media accounts and you'll see all the comments. I love this. Oh my god, I'm loving this. Heart eye emojis. Because yeah, I gotta say, man, even the accessories look crazy as fuck. Like, what company will give you this accessory? Like, where can you get something like this? It's just NECA still delivers some of the better accessories in the releases, man. That could definitely be used for other stuff. Like, you could throw this fucking half-eaten head like on a apocalyptic fucking war zone, with all the rubble everywhere. You got this fucking head just laying there. So pretty cool, pretty cool release. I'll pass on it, but I got to give props to NECA, man. They are here to deliver. And at New York Comic Con, shout out to Paternius taking a couple of in-booth shots. So yeah, more Terrifier stuff. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the movie, so I don't know if it's his daughter or something, but pretty cool. And then we get Santa Art the Clown, so that's a cool one you could definitely use for Halloween or Christmas and stuff. And I always do like that you get like Christmas inspired stuff, a little bit of a twist on it, definitely have some fun. So yeah, I think NECA's delivering here. And like I said, they're going deep with this Art the Clown guy. And I remember when that movie came out, I was like, yep, I know NECA's gonna be fucking flooding the pegs with this shit. And it was cool to see the Mesco jumped on it as well, so it's definitely got its staying power and stuff. And yeah, we'll probably be seeing figures of this character for years to come. So I don't know if I'll ever go for one myself, but I think design wise, I think Pennywise just has a scarier look over this Art the Clown. He kind of just strikes me more as like a fucking like a psychopath, and this one strikes me as like a serious serial killer type, you know. So it's just different types of ways to make scary movies, I guess. But for me, for my money, Pennywise is a lot scarier. We got Ronald McDonald is the deadliest clown in history. Yeah, there you go. He's killed a lot of motherfuckers, right? Shit, Hustle saying hate clowns too. Yeah, fucking clowns scare the shit out of me, man. I've always been terrified of them. Ghost Test saying I like that beaver. Hey yo, Hard Fast saying sup Omar, sup heroes. Yo, Hard Fast, what up, man? How you saying? Did you talk about Roxy London? Nerd? Nah, I didn't see that in the booth. Was that in the booth? Demons work for Super 7. Facts. Heart emojis. Beautiful NECA figures that can barely articulate. Yeah, right. That's definitely one place they can definitely improve upon is definitely articulation, but I think they know who they're selling to, and it definitely has a shelf presence. And like I said, they flood their releases with like cool accessories that you're not gonna find a lot of places, like those like sunflower sunglasses. Like that's just cool. That'd be cool for any figure that you have, you know. And then yeah, just different mutilated body parts and stuff. It makes for cool little accessory add-ons and stuff. Brick something in the building says, "What's up, yo, Brick? What up, man?" Shout to Brick, and yeah, like I said, in booth shots from Paternia. He also took a couple shots of the Friday the 13th stuff, some of the Scream stuff that I can't wait for this one. That was a fucking head sculpt. I gotta get this. This is gonna be the best Ghostface figure. So yeah, I can't wait for that one. All these other extra portraits, I'm good. They can keep those. I'm only using this one, so I can't wait for this one. Yeah, this is gonna be it. That's gonna be on permanent display all the time. So that's gonna be really cool. And then we slide over there at Sesame Street stuff. So we got Ultimate Hairy Monster. That's pretty cool. And I believe we saw these already. I don't know if they were fully painted out, but it looks like they haven't really revealed too much new from this line. I'm still waiting for this Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch to go for pre-order. They'll probably be my first of the NECA stuff, maybe my only ones, and it might only be Big Bird. I might even pass on the Oscar the Grouch, but I gotta say the line looks fantastic. I think people are really chomping at the bit to collect more of these. I know the Bert and Ernie did extremely well. The Count did good, but you know, once you get into like Big Bird, Elmo, Cookie Monster, like it'll be hard to pass up on, man. Those are some of my favorite characters, especially Elmo. As gay as that sounds, he was cool as fuck. And then some more Ben Cooper stuff. So yeah, they're even kind of jumping on it right here with the art stuff. We got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface, Pennywise, and looks like they're also doing like these other movie series ones also. So they're continuing that. They got Pee Wee Herman one looks creepy as hell. That man, you could even put that head sculpt like maybe on a 112 figure, like a adult body, maybe if it fits, and it just looks creepy. Kind of looks like a bank robber, you know. So that'd be pretty awesome. Kind of put him in a little movie shot or something. And then the Predator, cool, looks awesome. The Garfield, and it looks like they're jumping into the TMNT stuff as well. And I gotta say, these fucking costumes look like nightmare fuel, man. I know kids in the 80s, if they had these fucking things, they think they look cool as hell, but they definitely make for some good Halloween costumes because they just look scary as shit, man. So I believe the first wave is gonna be the TMNT, the actual brothers, and then the second wave we got Shredder, and then Bebop and Rocksteady. So pretty cool line overall, man. And you know they're gonna go hard on the TMNT. You know, like man, I still haven't got my hands on that 2012 set. I'm always late to the damn links on Walmart, but I want to get that set, and I want to get the Stan Sakai TMNT set because man, these look so good. Kind of stylized a bit, really artsy kind of flair that they have on them, but they look awesome. You know, it's just like I've said in the past, NECA is definitely the kings of horror, kings of TMNT figures, man, because nobody's pumping them out like they do. Even with the stuff we saw at Wonderfest, as cool as those like Medi Toys TMNT figures looked, it's hard to top what NECA is doing. And I think when it's all said and done, they're gonna be like reign supreme over TMNT toy figures and stuff, you know, over Playmates, over any company. They're gonna definitely be the ones with the vastest catalog. So Excited to kind of see these go for pre-order. It's been a while since they were first revealed, but now we get some inbox shots, so it looks like it's not too far away. And then in the booth, also they continue to kind of show off this Garfield, and yeah, I actually like how this looks versus the boss fight. So probably gonna go in for this one just because it's fucking Garfield, man. A stack of pizzas, like this is awesome. You gotta love Garfield, man. I mean, just look at that fucking head sculpt, bro. Such a lazy fucking cat, but really cool. And then these also, we've seen these in the past. These are kind of more concept art editions that I believe one of the one of the people that works on this line found like an artist that kind of drew these out on Instagram, and I believe he reached out to him to see if he was interested in kind of lending those designs and to make figures of them. And I think the guy was like all for it, like, yeah, that's awesome. Because yeah, after they're kind of really deep into that cartoon line, it's like, where do they go? What can they do? You can get like original art pieces, original artwork, concept designs. Like that's always an option, So that's that. And then we got a couple of more figures from their 2012 line and some of their comic stuff. So excited to see more 2012 stuff. And this comic series that they have from Mirage, I believe they had the body count Casey Jones already revealed and the nobody figure already revealed. And the interesting thing about this is that it looks like Mesco is making that Casey Jones as well, where I've never read this like series of TMNT, but from what I understand, it's really bloody, really violent. I believe it revolves around a storyline that's Casey and Raph. And if the thing is called body count and it's them two guys, it's like there's some stoner bashing time going on in that shit. So it's pretty cool. And man, I need a Mesco Casey. I kind of hope they could give us just a regular plain mask also, like head sculpt was just like the regular hockey mask, but this American flag hockey mask is just so fucking cool. Got the fucking the red shirt on. Yeah, it looks awesome. And I'm not gonna miss on this Casey Jones this time. I'm not gonna be thinking about it too hard. So and this looks freaking great. So we gotta wait to see that. My man Hard Fast saying they showed it last year next to the Shredder Dracula. Oh, the monster hybrid Krang. Yeah. They didn't. I don't think they showed it here, but yeah, I'm waiting on that. That's that James Groman sculpt, man. Yeah, I wanna see what's up with that, dude. Because that Universal Monsters line, it looks like it's kind of gotten a little stagnant. I believe the last figure that came out from that was that Dracula Shredder, I think, and that one looked pretty cool. That one actually looked really cool too. I'm getting Oscar. He's my spirit animal. Yeah, Oscar the Grouch is just, it's gonna be hard to pass up on him, but I'm an idiot. I got a fucking Oscar the Grouch reaction figure, and I'm like, I don't want to get two Oscar the Grouches, even though this NECA one just looks far superior. No, I don't know. Gotta wait to see. Gotta wait to see. I don't want to lock myself in. Omar, did you get the animated series Man Bat? No, I'm passing on that whole line, but man, I thought that figure is awesome. And like I said last week, I think when that line is finished, when Todd gives up that license, shit, it's gonna be crazy to see any company do what he's doing, and DC Direct did also. Just kind of combined. NECA TMT and horror, yeah. NECA is the kings of that for sure. NECA, listen, that nobody gives a shit about Turtle Shell Head Odie. I would say nobody gives a shit. MAGA Casey Jones. Hey, yo, there you go. Make TMNT great again, man. I assume that Casey will have a regular white mask as well. Yeah, I think so, right? Didn't we see that last year at San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con? So I think they're kind of just showcasing that now we're showing this head sculpt off. So I don't know. Hopefully it goes up for pre-order soon. We'll find out. But yeah, they had some pretty cool stuff in booth shots right there. Because then we also got to see the Foot Clan, and man, there's been really divided opinions on this, man. There's some people that say this looks like hot shit or cold shit, and there's some people that say it looks like hot shit. So I don't know, man. I honestly, I don't know. It does look kind of cool. The one thing I don't kind of like though is kind of the material of that, like I don't know, I guess you could call it like a cloak or something. Some people were calling it like a little bib, but it's just something about the soft goods that kind of look a little bit too clean on this guy. It looks like some motherfucker just went to the dry cleaners and shit. Like, but I don't know. Design wise, I do like the head sculpt. I think they're gonna make for some good figures. I just have to wonder how they're gonna pack this out. Is it gonna be a 2-pack? It probably will be, right? So you get the opportunity maybe to get two 2-packs, but at that point, you're talking about maybe a $400 charge or something, which I think Mezco fans would be happy to pay. But I don't know. I wasn't completely sold on this as much as I thought I would be when it would be first revealed. But it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm just kind of thinking like, I already have like a few NECAs. I have I have a few NECAs only of just any Foot Clan. So I don't know. Do I need some Mezco ones? I do have the Mezco set of the TMNT, but I don't know if I want to go this deep in it. I definitely want to get the Shredder, just to get that bad guy, obviously. Maybe 1 2 pack if it is a 2 pack, just to kind of kind of flank them and stuff on the shelf. That would look kind of cool. You get if they put out a Splinter or something, that'd be kind of cool for the turtles and shit to kind of have displayed out with also the Casey. It's already kind of deep, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to go that deep, so I'm already thinking about passing on this, and it hasn't even gone for pre-order, but we still gotta wait and see. It's still early look, and I'm sure when they show off the spread of accessories, it's definitely gonna lock some people in. So I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no. But interesting little reveal. And then from Marvel, we have one of the major Hulk villains. We have the Leader. And man, some people are really digging this shit. I myself, like I said, I don't really dip too much into any of the superhero Mezco stuff. So for me, I'm passing on it just for that alone, but kind of interesting. I do like the head sculpt. It's just like I said, man, it's just soft goods bodies on this stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of it all the time. It just kind of looks a little goofy, but it's just that's the charm to the Mezco stuff, and I think that's what the fans really dig. On it. It's that look, it's that soft goods look. It adds something different over like a Marvel Legends, but I don't know. The poncho looks so cheap. Yeah, it's kind of a poncho. Yeah, it does. It just looks like bro, you just like took apart like an old jacket and just kind of cut it up and put a little Velcro on there, and that's it. So I don't know, man. I kind of wish it would have been some other material, like that just looks too heavy. Like it just doesn't look right. So I don't know. But what are your guys' thoughts on the Leader here? Because I saw a lot of people really digging this one, and I think it's just because of that. It's like, oh shit, it's got fucking Marvel bad guy. I gotta wait to see if they kind of do more of this stuff, because I know the Doom did really well. You have the Leader, you have a few X-Men villains. It's like, yeah, they gotta kind of do more of that. Stop doing so many damn heroes and stuff. Maybe like they put out another Red Skull soon, to kind of go along with that cap, because that cap looks pretty awesome. Mezco needs to make double the stock. Resellers killing the market. I don't know, man. I don't think they're about that life. I think they really like that exclusivity, man. It definitely generates a lot of FOMO for them. It's really hard to pull off certain soft goods. It's either exquisite or fucking cosplay. Yeah, I call it cold shit or hot shit. It should be a regular release instead of conventional exclusive. You talking about the Casey Jones? Is the Casey Jones exclusive? Because shit, the other one was exclusive. I hope this one isn't. But you're right. You're right. Like Hustle saying, they should up the quantities, but they're gonna fuck you. They're gonna fuck you, and yeah, get fucked. Looks cheap when the panels and designs are just painted on the soft goods. I don't know. It's something about the material that I don't know. Something about it. I'm not sold on it, but I'm not gonna say I'm gonna pass yet, just yet. And then from their freaking sleeping line, we get an all new Hoods release. And man, call me crazy. I don't even think I looked through the post on this. Did they name this guy? Because I completely missed the name if they did. But let me actually go to their Instagram right now. Yeah, this is a Rumble Society Hoods Letterman. And man, long awaited next release in that Hoods line. I know everybody remembers Vapor when he came out. They got around to making a burner version of him. They got around to making the Vaporoni version of him. So a good amount of Vapors and stuff that I thought, like, man, are they ever gonna do more of the Hoods characters? And finally, we get Letterman here. And I gotta say, he doesn't look that bad. I think, I don't know, it's something about it that I thought when they did another character was gonna have more of like a cartoony design to it, but this to me just looks like a fucking ripoff of a Fat Albert character, man. Like Cosby Kids and Fat Albert and shit. It just looks like that. And it's not a bad thing, but it's just like, I don't know. I kind of expected something more zany, more goofy, and this kind of just looks like a fucking guy from New York City, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I don't know. I kind of got want to see more, but it does look pretty cool. I do like the shoes on them and shit. It's got like the fucking Jordan 12s homage kicks and shit. So that's pretty cool. Got the sweatpants, looks pretty cool. His jacket looks dope. He's got the fucking Tommy Hilfiger jacket on and shit. It's a spray paint, so it's not bad. And I think it's gonna have like other head portraits also to kind of give it some flair. Probably like some like sunglasses or some kind of shit. So it's not bad. And like I said, since I already have the vapor, I might go in for this guy. I really only got that one vapor, and I got the burner vapor. I never got the vaporoni one, but the more I've seen that one, it goes back. I'm like, you know what? I wish I would have got that one. So I don't want to regret passing up on this one because yeah, this was a really cool line that they had back in the day. I think you could even buy those figures like on eBay and shit for pretty cheap, but they're kind of stylized differently, obviously, especially from 112 releases. But yeah, it's kind of cool to kind of see more of this Vapors line. I mean, Vapors line, more of this Hoods line. Because we recently saw the Gangsters Inc. line make a comeback, and it looks like they were already kind of showing off like more figures to that line. So that's pretty cool, you know. It's pretty cool they're doing that, and they kind of got around to teasing some stuff on their social media. So we got this Baron Bands, and at first I thought this was an older release, but I do remember they kind of teased something out not too long ago. So we got this Leviathan armor or some shit like that. I probably butchered that name, but yeah, I saw some people excited about this. Pretty cool little effects that he kind of has, but I don't know. Never really gotten a Baron Bands myself. I know it was like a really hyped up figure when he first came out. So I think this one would do fairly well. I think it's probably one of the Rumble Society's like more favorite characters. I don't know if he was like one of the original ones that came out, but it's kind of cool to kind of see him make a comeback. It's not a bad idea. And then we got another Leatherface. So this one actually looks pretty good, man. I recently said that kind of wanted to see what's up with Texas Chainsaw Massacre figure, and I was like, you know what, the NECAs is just ain't gonna do it for me, man. They have the sculpt, but it's not gonna have any kind of posability. Where right here it's kind of cool, man. I think this looks really good actually. And this was like one of their teasers along with Giovanni da Mancini. So we got the teaser. And yeah, this is what I was wondering when we got to see Frankie or Sparky Foreman. I was like, man, how far away are the other guys gonna be? And yeah, it looks like it's not that close because they didn't have a prototype of this guy at the booth, but we did get like a little rendered headshot of him. And yeah, you're gonna get the Don Mancini. So you know the other dude, O'Brien, Iron O'Brien is probably not far behind. And I wonder if they only just do 3 because it was only 3 in their past release, but pretty dope shit overall, man. I think Mesco was kind of cooking right here because yeah, I saw a lot of hype right here for this Hoods comeback. So I think for that alone, you got to kind of see what's up with this one. It's probably going to be one that goes really fast. Omar Gates, NYC. I think he wanted to type hates. No, I don't. I ain't never been there, but you know what I mean? I got a fucking Yankees hat on, bro. Shout out to the Yankees. Getting fucking bounced out of the playoffs. Go Dodgers. Jordan 12-ish. Yeah, he got the playoff 12s on him, so it's pretty cool. That's not bad. That's actually one of my favorite Jordan fucking silhouettes and shit. I love that Jordan 12 series. More original Hoods characters. Come on, Mesco. Yeah, they gotta after this one, I think they're gonna like open the gates and kind of release more and more stuff because yeah, it was kind of a long wait to see another release from them. So it's cool to see that they already have this prototyped out, you know. Looks like Dennis Rodman. Yeah, he kind of does have that look to him, right? But like I said, to me, it just looked like that Platinum Fubu fucking Fat Albert shit. I was like, this motherfucker looks like a Fat Albert character, which, like I said, isn't a bad thing. It's just like, is this a ripoff or some shit? So I don't know. I still think it's cool enough, you know. Probably cop this shit. Diggs Figs analysis, bro. It's clearly Wesley Snipes from White Men Can't Jump. Oh fuck, you're right, man. Holy fuck, bro. Oh man, yeah. You know what? Just for that, you just sold the fuck out of this thing for me, Diggs. I'm copping this shit. I gotta get me a Wesley Snipes figure. It's definitely got like a stylized look, right? But man, you're so right about that. Oh man, that's a high selling point right there. There we fucking go. That's what I'm talking about. Where did you order Vapor from? I got that from directly from Mesco when it first went in for pre-order. I remember I got one, and then I was like, oh, that shit's awesome. And then I don't know why. I think when I bought them, I don't know what the fuck it was, but one day like I got an extra one, and I was like, man, was I on a wait list or some shit? And I was like, "Fuck, I don't even think I remember checking if I got charged for it or not," and I had it. Then I was just like, "Oh, whatever." And then, like, not too long ago, I was like, "What the fuck? This thing is going for, like, crazy money," and I think I sold it for, like, 280 or some shit, which wasn't that crazy, but I was like, "Man, what the fuck do I even have this shit?" I think I was, like, going through some of the shit I had stored, and I was like, "Oh, shit, I got an extra fucking vapor." I was like, "Where the fuck did this come from?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I got an extra one," and then I remember checking eBay, and I was like, "Damn, this thing's going for a good amount." So I was like, "Fuck that." I moved off of that shit quick. And then, and then I jumped on that Mesco burner one, but I don't even know if I have that shit open. I've never fucking played with that shit, but I know I got it because I do have that fucking NYC New York City hat that they have, that Rumble Society hat. I just kind of put it on a little Snoopy, little plush doll that I have and shit. Pretty cool. There's like a cause fucking Snoopy plush that I think they came out at Uniqlo or some shit, and I just kind of put that hat on there, so I know I have that fucking figure, but I don't know if I have it out. I think I was gonna scalp that shit, and I just never got around to it. But I'll see what's up with that shit. Is that shit going for a lot? Because if it is, I'm giving that shit away. Shit. Yeah, but I ordered that from Mesco when it first came out. Like Vapor, the shoes look too big. Yeah, but I think that just adds to the stylized flair. It kind of gives it that cartoony flair. It's got like exaggerated proportions somewhat. So I think that's cool though. I'm not really tripping on that. His messenger bag was Wesley's tax paper for doing overseas movies. Yeah, there you go. Mezco Tangerine. Yeah, you kind of even fit with her, right? It's Blade when he found a cure. The Daywalker. Yeah, I mean, dude, the only thing I always gotta like give them fucking shit for is just like I said, the tailoring on their soft goods. It's gotta get a little bit more dialed down, but it's not bad. I just look at that buckle though on the fucking strap to the bag. It's just that shit kind of looks like too large. It's like fuck. I know I just said it just adds to the stylized look, but shit like that, I'm always just like, man, it's got to get a little bit more fine tuned. So I don't know. Sell me your vapor. Oh man, is it? What's the aftermarket on that shit, bro? What is that? What is the aftermarket on that motherfucker? I gotta wonder now, cause shit, I sold my extra one for 280. I should have probably waited. Shit. And then we got a Marv from Sin City also in the booth. So I've kind of already seen this. It wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot that Mesco had. It was mostly that Letterman dude, and like I said, a couple of the render reveals, like this Don Mancini. So I just like saying this fucking name. And then the Heath Ledger Joker looking pretty good, I gotta say. Looking pretty damn good. I know we just saw an early prototype from InArt and shit, but man, Mesco might get my money beforehand. So I don't know. Gotta wait to see this. But I think I am gonna go in for this. And you know what? Honestly, if I don't end up liking it, I'm probably just gonna put it back in the box and I'm gonna give it to my older brother. Like, hey, I got you a gift. I got you a fucking used figure. Don't put a black light on it. Shit, man. And then the Batman animated series where it's like, fuck, man. It looks so good, but the fucking head sculpt. I cannot wait to see a fucking customizer put out a better head sculpt. And I know it's gonna happen. And for that, I'm getting this figure because I'm not gonna miss out on this. This is childhood, baby. This is everyone's childhood, man. So gotta lock this up. Day one right here. I can't wait for this one. And the Joker looks fucking excellent, man. This one, the head sculpt looks great. I wish the soft goods were a little bit more fine-tuned, but even that I can live with. These two right here. Oh, these are gonna be fucking can't miss, man. I can't wait for these two. Really cool looking pieces. And then yeah, like I said, everybody loves Batman. Even little Grubs kind of decked out in this Batman gear right here in the New York Comic Con Convention Center and stuff. And man, I'm fucking hot that they never put this grub up for pre-order. This is like years ago that they showed him off all naked and shit with a little butt sticking out and shit. I was like, man, I can't wait to get that shit. Dude, sometimes I just like one of one shit, like 1-to-1 scale stuff. I don't know, it just makes for cool toys and stuff. I would love this shit. It shit just looks so much fun. Especially kind of when they kind of like pose them around different shit. Like right here, he's giving you the bird and shit. That's just fucking hilarious. You got him little Batman gear and Batman frenzy everywhere, guys. Even fucking Jax doing this DC crossover. And I gotta bring this up. The fact that they're doing a little Batmobile for Shadow, I thought this shit was kind of cool, man. I was was like, this looks super kiddie. And yeah, man, if you have like a kid or a nephew or something, they love fucking Batman, they love Sonic, this is gonna sell. You see this at Target, a kid sees this at Target, they're gonna buy this shit. They are eating with this, man. Jax is fucking eating, bro. Cause yeah, they're putting out funny, goofy crossovers, but man, they're selling. Shout out to Pac Photos. I actually seen him pick up the whole first wave of these, and man, that just tripped me out that they're actually tooling up a Batmobile for this guy. And like I said, man, you see a little kid sees this, they're gonna want it, and I love that. I love that toys are still being purchased by fucking kids and stuff. It's like it has to stay healthy for kids, and this is smart. This is smart from fucking DC to do this with Sonic because he's had such a resurgence, such a like in popularity for the last few years. It trips me out how little kids like him, and then like most of them never even play their fucking video games and shit, man. Fuck, dude, it's something about Sega that me and my brother never got any of the systems. But I remember when it came out for the Dreamcast, I was like, fuck, this shit looks so sick, bro. Like that level where you're running from the fucking that orca, the killer whale and shit. Oh, it was just crazy, man. The fucking cover art to that Sonic 2 is just the most badass shit where he's got like the fucking fingers and shit. Like, oh, it's just so sick. Sonic just has such a cool design that it's just cool to kids all the time. Because man, it was cool when I was a kid, and I always wanted that shit. I always wanted a Sega and just Sonic games and stuff. I played them obviously when I went to like cousin's house, like a friend's house and stuff. But it was always a console that eluded me. We never owned one. And the Dreamcast was just so ahead of its time too, man. It was like fuck. I remember we already had a PlayStation, we had an N64. It's like, yeah, my parents were not gonna cough up the dough for no extra system and stuff. And we're kind of happy that we actually didn't, because the PS2 was like not too far away from that. And yeah, the PS2 was like probably who didn't buy that, you know? I remember we made our younger brother ask our mom for it because it was like his birthday around the time that the system came out. And we were like, you got to ask her for one. And he was like little. He's like, "Whoa, are you guys going to let me play it?" Like, of course we are. Oh, man. We made him ask my mom. He's like my mom's favorite, man. So, dude, he got it. We got it, man. Oh, shit. We were fucking happy as fuck. But yeah, it was just, Sega is just something that always eluded me. But I do love that Jax is continuing this IP, continuing the love for this shit. It's like, look at this shit I got. This is fucking awesome from Jax, man. This fucking Bowser, like seriously, guys, go to Costco. This is crazy. Like your fucking mouth moves. You know, this is fucking crazy, bro. Like I said, the scale's pretty good with like a Mario. Not too good, but pretty good. Mario's gay ass, you know. Woo! Oh man, I think Jax is just such a cool company overall, man. I'm loving their Simpsons line. Their Nintendo line is great. The Sonic stuff that they're pumping out is great, and I just love this. I love this little crossover that they got with DC. You know, the Batmobile looks kind of cool. It kind of has like a cool stylized look to it. You know, and like I said, for any little kid that sees this, they're hopping on this. And I'm sure there's even adult collectors that are gonna hop on this, man. Like I said, shout out to Pac Photos. He's picking up the wave. I think this is cool. And Batmobile Frenzy, man. I forgot to bring this up, but Spin Master also putting out some retro flair to their releases. Definitely going in for that nostalgia. I know they did that Batman Forever Batmobile. I think it's only $20 at Target. I've seen it at Target a couple of times. I gotta get it. The box art just looks so fucking nostalgia packed. This one too, and I think I'm gonna buy this one also and just kind of keep them in box because it's something about them that just looks so cool in there. It's dope. And this motherfucker's actually put the guns on it. Shout out to Todd McFarlane, you piece of shit. You fucking skimped out on this, Todd. You fucking asshole. You definitely could have put these on there. So it's cool that it has the turrets on there. Comes with the little Batman. Like I said, I already have the DC multiverse version of this, so I don't need to pop this open. But for 1/18th collectors, I think this is fucking awesome, man. You know, you get like a 1/18th Batmobile. Like I said, it's got that retro flair to it. This is awesome, you know, and this is coming from, I believe when I read the article, the buyer for Target, he just had like he's like a fucking DC fanatic, and he asked the people at Spin Master, can you do a 1/18th Batman line? Can you retro out some of these like older movies and stuff? And they were like, yeah, fuck yeah. And that's why you started seeing like Batman Forever like in Target. Like, what the fuck? This is not even so old, you know? And then this is even older. I know they're gonna get around to doing more of this stuff, so pretty cool of them to kind of do this. I thought this was cool, and like I said, for 118 collectors, I feel like they're eating off of this shit. So pretty dope. And like I said, I'm probably gonna go back and get that Batmobile because it's only $20. Probably see it on sale for like 10 or something. Probably see it at Roscon end of the year. But man, like I said, King of DC right now is Todd McFarlane. He also was at New York Comic Con showing off some other lines. He's continuing this Fallout line that has more of these like power suits. The Ghoul, I know, was a pretty good figure. And then a couple of other characters from that series that I never got around to watching, but I definitely want one of these power suits, man. So this Maximus one looks pretty cool. And then the Hank McClane. That one looks pretty badass too. I just gotta wonder if that one has a helmet on it, but I don't know. Probably wait around for a sale on these things, but they definitely look cool as fuck, And yeah, Todd's eating on that shit. And then, like I said, bringing it back to the DC, he is still the holder of this license to see that this is winter 2025. Man, he ain't going nowhere, guys. We get a whole nother wave of DC multiverse. And there's some heavy hitters on here, man, especially with this Flash. Like I said, he's made it pretty hard, not pretty hard, but somewhat difficult to kind of get more mainstay Justice League characters. That Flash, that looks pretty awesome, like comic book version. So it's Justice League New World Order Flash. I think that one's gonna sell really well. The Superman and the Authority, I did read that little run that he had right before War World Saga, and it was pretty cool. I actually dug it. It was kind of more older Superman. I think that figure is gonna sell well. Yeah, pretty awesome like reveals right here. We got Ice also from Fire and Ice. Yeah, not a bad wave, man. I think a lot of people that are seeing or still collecting this stuff are gonna finish out strong with them. And I did see a lot of excitement revolving around this wave right here. And we move into the collector editions that also has some more kind of classic DC characters like Elongated Man. Hey, yo, who wouldn't want that power? Blackhawk is super fucking old school. Professor Pig for like your Damien fucking Robin shots and stuff. I know he's like one of like Damien's villains, or Nightwing's also. And then Cosmic Boy. So these are probably going to be in that $30 price point, but still, I still think the DC fans are going to go in for him, man. And then his Page Punchers wave, and man, these are going to sell fucking fast as fuck. Like these are gonna sell extremely fast. We got the Flash, Jay and Barry Allen, Flash 123. So you get both of those super iconic looks on them, super classic, like I said. And then we get a Hal Jordan, like more modern Green Lantern look, where the other one was kind of more classic. This one looks great. I like the other head sculpt, but I like this body a lot more. And then a Jessica Cruz Green Lantern, like fuck. I knew it. I fucking knew it, man. I knew he was gonna make that shit a hostage figure. I'm getting this shit. I ain't getting that fucking Green Lantern 2-pack. I gotta be fast on the draw though, because these things are gonna sell out. Pre-orders are gonna sell out on these things within 5 minutes. The last Page Punchers wave did. I was that Infinite Crisis Joker, man. It just sold out so fast everywhere. I'm like, man, I can't wait for that shit to hit in hand. I'm gonna just be on them Amazon links because I want them. And yeah, like I said, he's still pumping the shit out, man. Because not far away, that DC license is gonna go away. And I brought it up on the show. Where the fuck does he go? Where does he go? TMNT, not looking too hot. Marvel, it looks like they just re-signed with fucking Hasbro. Where does this motherfucker go? Man, who fuck knew the answer was right in front of our fucking noses, guys? Image fucking Comics. This motherfucker, bro. Elite Edition Spawn, Elite Edition Dragon, Shadowhawk, and dude, this motherfucker's making Savage Dragon, Shadowhawk, Wildcats. He's starting off with Spartan, Witchblade, Youngblood, and like I said, this guy's always got something up his sleeve, man. He's always got something up his sleeve, and it's kind of crazy. When he first showed this off, I was like, another fucking Spawn. I was actually watching JC's live stream. Shout out to Toy News International. Yeah, they actually had really great panel coverage of the Hasbro stuff, McFarlane stuff. And I was watching this live stream, and I was like, God damn it, Todd. Another fucking Spawn. And this time with the soft goods, you're going to charge us $60 for it. Pretty cool amount of accessories, man. I got to say, it's got the cool effects. I did see the comic book card, that iconic first issue of Spawn. You're never going to go rich on that book, though. There's a million of those printed out. But January 2026, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of where he's going to have to lean into. I was kind of figuring, I was like, that's kind of around the time maybe where we start to see less and less DC stuff. And I gotta say, to pump out another Spawn when it looks this good, I was like, okay, yeah, I'll probably get it. The last one that I bought, I think, was the Call of Duty one, which I was like, why the fuck did I buy this? So I was a little bit hesitant when I saw this in the panel, but like I said, soft goods got the more inspired from that direct first issue. I was like, yeah, I'm copping this. And then to see more, I was like, wow, okay, this guy, this guy is never gonna be fucking taken out, man. This guy owns the toy industry, man. To see all this stuff, I was like, yeah, Savage Dragon is gonna be a cool figure. It's probably not gonna be to everyone's liking as far as articulation. Obviously, certain McFarlane aesthetic points that people just don't like. But for a bigger character, I feel like the scale is gonna be just right. You get more like hardcore comic fans, especially from like the 90s and stuff for that Shadowhawk, the Wildcats, obviously Jim Lee stuff. I know a lot of people are gonna go in for that just because the designs of the characters just lend themselves to good looking action figures. The Witchblade, that one's gonna be a hot seller, and Youngblood also, where it looks like Loose Collector's gotten ahead, but it looks like this dude's not going to be far behind. And then he was just kind of showcasing, obviously, the artists that he's, licensing these out through. Because you guys already know, through Image Comics, the creators of these characters are the owners of these IPs. It's not like Marvel where you draw out all these characters from for them, and you never get a slice of the pie ever again. Image Comics just has like the best deal out there. And when these guys kind of pioneered this company, it is the best deal out there, man, for anything, for any kind of movie creator, any kind of comic creator, any video game creator, anything, man. It's just like, to own your own shit, you're gonna be better than that. And I think now with like the creation of like AI and stuff, you're gonna see more and more people create their own IPs, create their own characters, and it's just gonna be obviously not like fully talent drawing these things out, but what's in the imagination of a person now can be created. We're going to be seeing all kinds of cool shit in the next few years, I think. But it's cool to see that this dude did kind of showcase these artists and kind of reached out to them and stuff, and kind of was like, yeah, let's rock this shit. We got Eric Larson, Jim Valentino, Jim Lee, Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld. Some of the heavy hitters from the comic book industry and stuff, obviously. And major flex that this dude brought Jim Lee onto the panel. It was like, you see that, Mattel? This is the guy that's in charge of DC. Don't fuck with me, all right? Don't fuck with me, because I'll get some of that DC pie. I'll keep DC Direct. Don't fuck with me. you know that was a major flex, dude. To see that, I was like, man, this motherfucker Todd. And I think he was drunk during the panel, bro, because if you watch that back, he was just going on. It's like, man, he was on something, man, where even like the host of the whole panel, he was kind of having to reel him back. He's like, oh, we have a lot of reveals, Todd. And Todd's like, oh, yeah, go ahead. It was kind of odd to see, but you could tell he was just having a blast, He's in his element. Obviously, he's a fucking comic book convention. The guy's in his element when he's at these events. He's a fucking rock star, bro. And all these guys are, in their own right. So it's cool to kind of see figures of these guys' creations kind of coming to pass. Because you could just tell, even if these things are $60 a pop, a lot of these are gonna sell extremely well. So pretty kind of smart of Todd, kind of grimy to charge them at $60, but man, it's gonna be hard to pass on some of these, especially if he has them kind of in an exclusive deal, and he honestly might have that, just kind of knowing the flex power that he has. The man Todd, bro. Dig saying last 3 sealed vapor sold for 325, 350, 400. Hey, yo, fuck, man, 400. That price of that brick is just going up right when they reveal that Letterman, dude. Fuck, I should have held on to that shit. Oh man, Rojo54 in the building says, yo, what up, Rojo? What's good with you, man? Batman Pandemonium. Sheesh. Yeah, I know. Every company's got to put out a Batman, but like I said, where does this guy go after that line is over? And to see this, I was happy for my guy, man. I was like, hell yeah, finally a fucking win for this guy. Cause shit, man, it's like he's been taking some fucking L's lately. And I was like, dude, this guy needs to be in the industry, man. He needs to be in the industry for it to be a healthy industry, I think, like, man, his stuff when it first came out, it revolutionized toys, man. If you guys kind of look back at the history of toys, the sculpts that he was kind of putting together is what you could attribute the modern stuff to now. Mouth moving is what you sold you. Hey yo, fucking ghost have. Oh man, we still talk about Batman. Was that Bowser? You have the one that blows smoke? No, that's the movie one. I don't know what the fuck this one does. I gotta put the batteries in it, but it's just cool, man. Definitely lock it up because yeah, I think it's just awesome for the price. I got it for $50, bro. Like I said, we're gonna talk about a fucking made to order figure for 120. Look at this huge fucking thing, dude. This shit's awesome, man. I was like, dude, I gotta get it. I gotta fucking get that. $50. They got a lot of cool shit at Costco, low key. Savage Dragon and Witchblade. Yeah, I know for sure that Savage Dragon I'm gonna get just because it just has such a gnarly ass comic book look. But all of these are gonna be hard to pass up on, especially you get the whole collection kind of put together. It's like a cool little image display and stuff. That's gonna be awesome. Better make Spawn figures with modern articulation, or I'll throw Omar into the circus. Oh man, I guess I'm going to the circus. You know damn well Todd ain't doing that. Todd Father has me buying all of these. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He came out. He definitely put his shit on the table. You know what shit I'm talking about. So man, shout out to Todd. Definitely a win for him. And I have to bring out these statue series because, like I said, it was just such a fucking fumble for Marvel Legends to just be behind the eight ball so bad. Like, dude, these guys, man, they're going hard on this X-Men 97. Where I'm like, I know the series did well. I know there was a lot of people that dug the series. Y'all sleeping on this shit, man. A lot of people would have bought your figures. The stylized looks to some of these characters look awesome. Todd's capitalizing, man. He's definitely gonna sell a lot of these shits to these little fucking video game nerds and shit. A lot of these little kids that are going to GameStop are probably gonna see this and want to cop them. Just kind of put them around their little display at home. Like he's eating off of this shit. So you got the Hulk, the Venom, the Iron Man, Spider-Man. These are 1/6 scale and then also 1/10 scale. So we got Thor, Jeff the Land Shark that a lot of people are gonna buy for sure. Doctor Strange, Captain America, and like I said, I only bring it up because it's just such a fumble that Marvel Legends is just gonna go back to that X-Men 97 well so many fucking times where we got to jump right into their fucking made to order apocalypse, guys. And I'm fucking talking my shit about them going too hard on this X-Men 97, but this made to order apocalypse, man. Talk about action figure crack. This thing looks freaking awesome, bro. I don't know if it's the size. Hey, yo, pause. I don't know if it's the size or what, or just the love of the character, man. But Apocalypse, any Apocalypse figure is just, it's just an eye catcher. It's just something that you must have. You must own one at least. But every Apocalypse release has always been so cool. That Toy Biz Bath still holds its own. The Marvel Legends Bath was fucking awesome. Which other one? The fucking Age of Apocalypse one. I never got that one, but I thought the head sculpt on was pretty cool. The recently released retro card back one, I was like, okay, I'll get that one. I actually like the head sculpts on that one, and I put it on my Diamond Select, and I think I made the perfect Apocalypse, but the size is just not the size, you know. And like I said, that retro card back head sculpt, it fits on this Diamond Select. It fits. It doesn't even kind of turns. You could turn the head and stuff. It fits like perfectly, like pegs in. And like I said, this shit it just makes for the perfect Apocalypse. But it's a fucking Diamond Select. It poses like a Diamond Select. This Diamond Select though is, I kind of feel I should have got an extra one of this shit because I don't know, the paint's a little chippy on mine. And I'm like, maybe it would have been chippy on the extra one I would have got too. But RIP Diamond Select. Probably never gonna see any figures from them again. But man, talk about just an imposing figure. This fucking made to order Apocalypse is just looks so fucking badass. Like I said, I don't know if it's the size of this motherfucker that's just selling the fuck out of it. The sculpt just looks awesome. I gotta say though, the one thing I wish they would get away from though is the X-Men 97. It's just like, man, had this just been like a more comic book blue and gray version, it would have gone better with the Marvel versus Capcom stuff that they're doing with their Gamerverse stuff. And obviously they're gonna tool this thing up. Maybe it does go up for pre-order, maybe 2-3 years from now. Who's to say that they never go back to these because they're not pitching these as HasLabs anymore. That even that is a scrubbed idea that you'll never get this again. Shit, we're looking at his tank right now. these motherfuckers are gonna like remake stuff. They're gonna reissue stuff. They don't give a fuck. They're not like fucking Mesco with the exclusivity or the limited quantities and stuff. They want to pump out as much shit as possible. And for them to tool this thing up, I hope they sell a shit ton of this. I hope they get their money's worth and some. And yeah, kind of go back to the well 2 years from now, because I'll be right back to buy another one of these fucking things. This thing just looks crazy. I did see that there's some reuse, obviously, from the G.I. Joe stuff. I know a lot of people were not happy about that, but I think it's fine, man. I mean, it's the same company. Why not use some of the same tooling across the board? If it saves them money, I would want them to do more. Use some classified tooling for fucking your Marvel Legends line. Use some other shit for your fucking Star Wars lines. Like, fucking have at it, dude. Go for it, man. Like, they own the shit. It's like, who cares? It's just more effects, more accessories for the release. At $120, this is where we kind of got to dissect the figure. And I'm finding it super crazy that people are thinking that that's just too much for this. People are like, oh, 100 would have been better. Yeah, no shit. I think $50 would have been better, but that's just not gonna happen, you know. But $120 for this fucking hulking figure is just, I think it's well worth it. The one thing I gotta say that I love the most about these made to order is you don't pay up front. It's like, bro, you kick the can down the road when this ships, right? When it ships, you get charged. That's the best way to buy anything, I say. I fucking hate paying for something and waiting God knows how long till you get your shit. I just don't like that. I hate that. The further away they can get away from that model, the better. And that's why I hope that they continue to see excellent sales on these pieces, because they just need to get as far away from that shit as fucking possible, man. It's just, they just need to get super far away across the line. All of their toy lines need to stop doing HasLabs. Like, enough of that shit. And I think they are. I think they're starting to see the fucking where the wind's blowing, because look at that fucking Snowcat. That thing barely squeaked over the fucking edge. Look at that fucking that Star Wars HasLab, that clone battalion ship. I forget what that shit's called. The LAC. That shit was lacking accessories. That shit barely I mean, that shit barely got over the fucking over the funding goal. It's like they got to get away from that shit, dude. They need to maybe strip the whole thing down. It doesn't have to be a super dream project, but it definitely has something that has to be something that they can't stick in a retail store, you know. And I gotta say, this Apocalypse fits the bill. Standing at 12 inches tall, it's a big chunky boy, you know. And yeah, obviously that Dragon Man, now that you look at it in hindsight, I think they underpriced that thing. I think they realized that after the fact. That's like, had they priced that at $100, then yeah, I felt like that would have been like the sweet spot for everything. But now I feel like they're overcorrecting it, and so it's like, well, we're charging a 120, but it kind of feels like they're kind of a little bit scattered about it, you know, because I think the Mephisto wasn't that $80 as well. This one being 120, I gotta give them the pass though, man. It's a big ass fucking original tooled up body, a shit ton of accessories. It definitely has that shelf presence that you have to have for a character like this. And obviously it's gonna tug at those nostalgia strings, man. It's got the X-Men 97 branding all the way the fuck across it, and it's gonna fit in any kind of display, you know, any kind of shelf. And I believe the pre-order closes on November 9th, so you have, man, just under a month to just put your order in and not get charged. I don't see why that's such a bad thing, you know. I think that's just perfect, you know. And then we get some in-booth shots. Shout out to Paternia, shout out to Bug Nice, Mr. Bug Nice, everybody. He took some pretty cool in-booth shots, so shout out to him. You get to see the accessories right there on display, and just look at this thing in the booth. Like, this thing just stands out so nice. Like, I love this thing. This thing looks fucking phenomenal. And like I said, you may already have an Apocalypse in your collection. Shout out to Boncho. This is one of his favorite X-Men characters. I know he has a couple of them. And yeah, this is cool. This is gonna be cool to fit right in there with it, man. To me, it's definitely one of the more intimidating X-Men villains, that's for sure. Came out in video games. I think that's where a lot of people really got familiar with him. I know that's where I really got familiar with him. I always remember that fucking Marvel vs. Capcom game where it's just like you see like half of his torso, he's just drilling your ass. Hey, pause. It's just so cool. And like I said, for me, I would have done that. I would have just get away from the X-Men 97 and just, kind of do more comic book, maybe more video game stuff. But like I said, since I already had this Diamond Select one, this one's like all blue. I was like, all right, I don't mind. I'll buy it. I did get the retro card back one of this one. Obviously, I got the head sculpt on here. But I just have that on display somewhere, and I have my fucking Rogue, where she's just, you know what scene I'm talking about, that iconic scene where he's just like towering over her. I got it just for that, baby. So I'm happy there. And I'm definitely gonna need another Apocalypse for like my just X-Men Marvel Legends display. So this is gonna be right there where it belongs. And yeah, like I said, 120. It's like, man, it's very hard to nitpick this thing, I mean, fuck, I've paid $60 for a Marvel Legends recently. That fucking Juggernaut just charged on Amazon. I think it's $60. This thing is fucking way taller than this motherfucker, bro. So, double the size, double the price. I say, I mean, math seems like it's math in here. I don't, I really don't know what else to say about it, but this thing looks fucking awesome. Todd also signed Ghost Machine figures. Hey, yo, I didn't even fucking know that. But man, see, that's gonna be money too. Probably fit a Marvel vs. Capcom display since it's more animated. Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, the Marvel vs. Capcom, it leans more into that like all blue. That's kind of probably where I'm gonna put this one on a more Marvel vs. Capcom display. Because if you look at the sprites to him, like he's even like chunkier and shit. Like, man, the designs that in the animation and stuff, the artwork for those games like Marvel versus Marvel superheroes versus X-Men and all that shit, or Street Fighter, I mean, all those games, like they all have like kind of the same kind of design, but this definitely just screams X-Men 97 to me. And like I said, I'm a little bit concerned that they're going too hard into this shit, man. It's like I said, they don't look like they blend in with your comic figures, at least not to me. Like I've seen that Cable figure, and I'm like, that doesn't look like it blends too well into your comic display. The Cyclops, I'll give that a pass. The Jean Grey, okay. The Wolverine even, but some of the other ones, they kind of stick out too much. It's just something about them. It's like they're not cell shaded, but like the sculpts just look too animated, well, right here, yeah, I do give the Apocalypse a little bit of a pass, kind of more lenient towards like a comic version of it also, but you get that bright purple on there, it just screams animated series to me. And I don't know, that's probably the one thing I didn't like the most about it, was the paint job on it. But because it just looks too much like that fucking retro card back one that we had. And then shout out to, I don't know who took this to the show, but they kind of put that one in there, kind of give a little scale reference and stuff. And yeah, look how much bigger this thing is. It's shit to me. I don't know. It's well worth the price, but I'm only just giving my 2 cents on it. Obviously I'm with the people that say $100 would have been better. Yeah, fucking no fucking shit, guys. I think free 99 would have been the best price. But it's like, that's not a really smart opinion here. Expensive, but already pre-order Apocalypse. Not crazy on whiteness. Yeah, he's a little. To me, this right here, this in booth shot is what sold it more than anything. Like this head sculpt, it just looks so fucking scary, bro. Scary good, Like goddamn, like this just looks insanely cool. It's like, man, I just wanna fucking I want them to get as many sales as possible, man. Like I said, the further away they can get away from that fucking that model, the fucking better. And I don't think they're ever gonna go back to it now. I mean, shout out to, I think it's was it Oak Customs or something that made that fucking Blackbird on his social, on his Instagram. He's like 3D printing out a Blackbird in scale. That's a HasLab worthy project, but if these guys could just stick to this model of just made to order, yeah, they're gonna get my money, man. Because I know those Sentinels are fucking shipping out soon. Shout out to Isaac Wong. He was taking some pictures of that shit, a little review real quick on his Facebook and stuff. So, and that thing looks awesome. And yeah, like I said, as long as they have the QC dialed down as far as sturdiness and the joints and stuff, I'm okay with the price. Like it better not be a loose fucking mess. And my Dragon Man wasn't loose, so I did hear a couple people had some issues, but mine was okay. So far so good, when it comes to these made to order pieces. I'm kind of a little bit concerned about the Sentinels, but I'm gonna just wait and see. I'm gonna wait to see that, but I think I already pre-ordered this as well. So even if those symptoms come out fucking shitty, I'm still locked in for this. I'm not gonna pass on this thing because gotta fucking have it, bro. I gotta have it. It just to me it's this is what it should have been the whole time. It should have never been fucking HasLabs. It should just always be made to order shit, because that's just how the world works, bro. You don't give your money to something and then wait fucking, God knows when to get your shit. It just doesn't work like that. Not anywhere that I can think of. I brought it in the past. I don't go to fucking Best Buy and give them fucking $400 for a TV and they don't give me my shit. I don't go to a car dealership and give them fucking $20,000 and they don't give me my fucking car. It's just that's how it is, man. And this is smart. This is smart that they do this, and I think other toy lines in their company are gonna see that as well. Because so far it looks like they're hitting. I don't know their exact numbers, their exact quantities, but I think they are seeing the good sales. Because this is the second made to order item within the year, right? They did the Mephisto. So it seems like they're doing about 2 a year versus one HasLab a year. Like, the fuck do you think makes more money? Yeah, obviously you don't get it up front, but who gives a fuck? Like, people aren't going to cancel this shit. And if they do cancel them, because we did see a couple of Dragon Mans pop up on Pulse, look how fast they fucking move off of them shits. Like, even if they don't move right away, there's going to be some retailers that are like, all right, yeah, we'll take that stock. Fuck it. And yeah, you'll just see that price on that release go up and up and up. I got an extra Dragon Man. I'm just gonna keep stored away for a rainy day, but I don't think I'm gonna get rich on it. But I know the values are never gonna go down. You know, 8 saying exactly. If it was Comic Colors, I'd have pre-ordered it day one. Yeah, that's the only thing that I have hesitation on. But even then, I still think it's well worth it. And I know I'm gonna have FOMO on this damn motherfucker when it comes out. My favorite is Second Bath Apocalypse. Great paint and design. Yeah, that Bath one was cool, but man, if I could have any one of them, I would probably want that Toy Biz one. Never had it, but that to me is like that's probably gonna be a modern grail one day. The less and less of them are in circulation, but I think a lot of people that have any kind of like nostalgic feeling towards like Toy Biz stuff, you're gonna see that Bath always retain its value and only go up because that shit is huge too. My man Bosch, I know he's copping on this. I'd also take the OG Horseman from 90s animated series. I think they're gonna do that. I think they are gonna do that. And I don't know when that next Men 97 season 2 comes out, but man, you're probably gonna see like a fucking Gambit Horseman too. Like, man, that's just gonna look cool as fuck with this thing. So like they're and that's what fucking trips me the fuck out with people are fucking so fucking stupid. It's just like, oh, well, if they would have showed us this, I would have got the HasLab. Like, do you fucking think that they're not gonna do stuff that goes with these bigger pieces? Are you that fucking dumb? It's like they always say that. It's like, oh, well, if they would have shown us more snow figures for G.I. Joe, I would have got the Snowcat. Are you fucking dumb? Like, did you not think that they were gonna do more snow figures, snow related characters? Fuck yeah, they are, and I know they're gonna do those damn horsemen. Like, there's no way they don't. It's just they can't show it all at once. They're not gonna blow their fucking load. But they have that up their sleeve because what else are they gonna fucking make? They can't remake old shit over and over. I mean, they do that a lot, but they got to get around to making other shit. And once they have that centerpiece, it's like, okay, then we could build like a collection around it. I always imagine Mel saying in the building saying, I only have the Marvel Select, doesn't really do it for me. I might cop this. Yeah, like I said, the Marvel Select, I thought when I first saw it, I was like, man, that's the best Apocalypse I've ever fucking seen. But I didn't like the head sculpt on it. And like I said, that's why I put this like Marvel Legends head sculpt on it. And the blue is pretty good. The head size is pretty good. I like that the pegs fit. But man, it's like fuck, even just moving this shit, it feels a little bit brittle. Like this arm doesn't even kind of go down. It's just like I don't know. I ain't move this shit in a minute, but yeah, it's like it's not the perfect one. It feels like a fucking Marvel Select, and like it's not good. It's not good all the time. So yeah, it definitely needs a good upgrade, and I feel like this is going to be a pretty worthy upgrade for years to come. Hardfast saying LPZ needs to make Apocalypse. Man, if they get their hands on a Marvel license, shit, I said it last week. Game fucking over. I heard the Dragon Man was heavy, and we're surprised how much they like the figure. Yeah, that shit feels like a good solid chunk, bro. Like, I thought that figure is awesome. And like I said, as soon as I got that and I opened it out of the box, I was like, this is it. They're never going back to HasLabs. This is fucking it. This is perfect. I got both variants of that Toy Biz Apocalypse. Still dope ass figs. Yeah, my man Boncho got them. Yeah, those things, that shit, like I said, that's gonna be a modern girl, I think. Hard eyes, your apocalypse. There you go. Love this. Oh my god, I love this. Oh man. Thank you guys. There probably is some comments of that on this post, but we got to keep it moving because not only did they reveal that, they also had a whole wave of Marvel Legends, guys. And you know I love me some Marvel Legends, so we got to get into the wave reveals. We got the World War II Logan, and I gotta say, this is probably the banger of the wave. I can't wait for this one. I'm copping this day one, man. I think the pre-orders went live already. If I'm not mistaken. I believe they went live. I think they went live, right? I could be way off on that. I thought I saw a link to BBTS, but if they didn't, I'm locking this up as soon as possible because I just think this is cool. And I was actually watching Dan Who reviews. I always love watching their show when they do like Marvel Legends reviews. Like him and Rich, and they really like dig in deep into the waves. And they obviously have like a really great Marvel Legends channel. They revolve their content around like Marvel Legends reveals, potential releases and stuff. So you really get a gauge of like excitement and stuff. And man, there was a shit ton of people that were like, "Oh, this is the wackest one of the wave." I was like, "What the fuck?" But hey, man, fuck it. You know, they're in the UK, man. Shout out to Dan Who. I do love his channel, but huge miss. This is the banger of the wave. This is not the least favorite. This is my favorite one. But it doesn't come with a bath piece, so maybe people take points off of that for that reason. I think people were also taking points for the claws and stuff. I guess in the storyline, he doesn't have his like adamantium yet, obviously. So it's like they kind of had to do something. I mean, they were not going to put out a Wolverine without any kind of claws, so it would have been kind of cool to get the bone claws. I think would have worked. But this is fine. I didn't think this was bad, and I kind of want to just get it just to display him without the claws. I kind of just want to get him with this World War II fucking firearm and shit, and just kind of posing right there, looking like a fucking soldier. Kind of want to pose him up next to my cap, so that'll be awesome. And yeah, I thought this was like a banger, the banger of the reveal. So then we get into the rest of the wave. We got Werewolf by Night, and man, talking about a plain Jane looking figure, but I think they had to execute it the best they could, and I think they did that. You know, it's like you just need the damn head sculpt to be a fucking werewolf, and you're pretty much there. You know, so it does come with a couple bath pieces. So we're gonna look at the bath right now, but nothing else with the werewolf by now. It's pretty skimpy when it just comes to the figure itself. But I mean, what else do you need them to do? You know, you just need them to be raging out like a werewolf, some fucking claw hands, some ripped up pants, and then there you go. Nice hairy chest. You got it, baby. So I don't know. I saw people kind of nitpicking at this one too because it was just very skimpy, but I think it's still gonna sell well. And like I said, especially for around this time, man, you know, you get a werewolf during Halloween, even if it's a Marvel version of it, it looks cool. It looks like a fun toy, and I'm probably gonna go in for that one. I thought that one was cool. And then we got a Warbow, I think his name is. We got the fucking Crystar fucking comrade and shit, and nice translucent plastic on this thing. Looks like a fucking piece of jade and shit. So I don't know, pretty interesting. I know a lot of people dug that Crystar figure. I think to kind of get another one packed in to kind of just build out a little bit of a display for that. Comic characters is welcomed. I did see people kind of somewhat interested by this, but since it's a very not well-known character, I think people are just kind of like, I guess, you know, it does come with a bath piece, and this is what I fucking mean. It's just like when there's no bath piece, oh, what the fuck? R.I.P. Marvel Legends, where's the bath pieces? Come on, fuck. These stupid comics, nobody wants them. Give us the bath pieces. Okay, guys, here's the bad piece. Oh, I don't want this figure. What the fuck? You're gonna make me buy this figure for this bad piece? It's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm watching these damn streams and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. I can almost imagine how fucking the Marvel Legends team feels. It's like, holy shit, man, you can never fucking win. You can never fucking win, dude. Because it's like they stick these bad pieces. Now it's a sought after bath, obviously. And you get these fucking very little known characters. And you know people are gonna be talking their shit. So it just fucking trips me the fuck out. Because from there we move to the Phantom Rider. And I don't know, kind of a boring figure to be honest. It's just an all white cowboy, vigilante type. Looks kind of cool. I do like the revolvers. That's pretty dope. But it looks like it's just tooled up for something in the future. Shout out to Tyler L. He actually kind of pointed out, yeah, incoming Cowboy Deadpool for sure. That's definitely around the corner. Maybe a year from now, we'll see that. Maybe it's kind of packed in with something else to kind of really dress it up a bit. But yeah, the only thing about this is I did hear Dwight kind of mention that he would like to tool up a horse. And you get a fucking horse with this guy soon. Maybe the horse comes with the fucking Cowboy Deadpool. Who the fuck knows? It's a deluxe SDCC exclusive. They kind of dress it up like that. So I don't know. But that'd be cool. Marvel Legend horse. I know we've been seeing a few companies kind of put that out. And then, like I said, it comes with another bad piece. So there you guys go. No more mini comics, guys. You get your bad pieces on. And then from there, we get Dark Avengers Spider-Man. So we get this fucking 6-arm Spidey. And this is a pretty cool one. I gotta say, man. They're kind of going back to this body again. I think it was that fucking man spider that was, I think, a hostage pack with the fucking Morbius recently. It was kind of a retool 6-arm Spider-Man, and yeah, I gotta say they gotta definitely reuse his body somehow. So to kind of put a symbiote costume on it, continue to build that Dark Avengers display. I think this one's a pretty good one. I don't know. I gotta get around to really building that Dark Avengers display out. But like I said, I need them to kind of put back out a Sentry figure. So hopefully they do that. I don't mind it if it's the same one, but I would hope it's kind of retooled, all new body. That would be awesome. But I did like the head sculpt on that previous Sentry. I'm stupid. I should have bought it when it came out. I kind of heard it was kind of gummy as fuck. That was during that whole windowless packaging time. I think in 2022. That was like one of the worst years in Marvel Legends. So I remember just passing on a lot of stuff that year. And I think that was one of the ones that I should have locked up and did it. And so hopefully they get around to putting out another one. Comes with another bad piece, guys. No more mini comics. You guys won. I hope you guys like these bath pieces that you're not gonna build a bath out to. Just kidding. And then we get Mark 72 Iron Man. And just look at how hideous this fucking thing looks, man. Like I said, this is why I don't like baths. I only like deluxe fucking figures. I wish they would just make these baths deluxe releases. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's a mini comic or an extra pair of hands. I don't like bath pieces in figures because I don't want to buy this dog crap. I don't want to buy this fucking dog crap. And most likely I'm not. I'm just not going to get the bath, Maybe 5 years from now, they kind of do pack it into a deluxe release because I know they are doing that. But yeah, it's like I said, you ain't never gonna win. The fans are always gonna be right. Marvel Legends team's always gonna be shit. And it doesn't matter what side they're complaining on, they're right, guys. So take your lumps. Cause yeah, this Iron Man, this shit to me ain't it, bro. This shit, I don't even think I've ever read a comic with this fucking armor. It looks ugly as fuck. Kind of looks like a mix between Ironheart and Iron Man. And that to me it makes for a really ugly suit. So yeah, easily passing on this. I mean, it could be said about every Iron Man figure goes good in your Hall of Armor. That ain't a fucking enough. If it looks like shit, it looks like shit. And I'm not buying that. And then we get Enchantress. So another one that's gonna come with a bad piece. This one actually looks pretty cool. Kind of more, more in that cosmic display type shit. And obviously it's gonna come with the torso. So because it comes with the torso, you're not gonna get too many accessories here. So yeah, it's pretty basic, female Marvel Legends, but it does kind of build out a cool display. And like I said, if you accumulate these god awful figures, you get to this dope ass bath. We get fucking Scourge the Executioner, and just look how badass he looks, man. Like, god damn it, I wish I could get this figure. Like, this is just gonna look sick as fuck, like on a Thor display or something. And it just sucks, man. Like, this could even work well with like a fucking that Mesco Thor is gonna come out, the fucking 6-inch plus Thor is gonna come out. Like, that's a cool looking villain. And as far as I know, I don't think they've ever done a Marvel Legends of this character, right? At least not too recent. But yeah, this bath, it just looks awesome. But like I said, this is what people want. They really want all these like bath pieces stuck into these mid-ass fucking figures. It's like, this one's cool, but like, man, I'm not gonna order it day one. This one's okay, but this is a clearance fodder all day. this is fucking Ross exclusive. Ollie's exclusive. And this one, I don't know. I can see this one selling okay, but overall, it's fucking mid-ass fucking wave. It's not great and it's not shit, but the bath is extremely cool, I think. And like I said, it's just yeah, you either bite or you don't bite, and I ain't gonna bite, so I'm gonna have to pass. But overall, it's I saw some excitement overall, just because I don't know. I think Marvel Legends always attracts that. It always brings that excitement to fans and stuff. As much as we should talk the line, it's a lot of people's like heaviest part of their collection, is Marvel Legends, and they always they're always cool. I should talk them too. Like I just tore that Iron Man apart, but it's always good to see another wave of Marvel Legends around the corner. It's the tried and true, and they're gonna have their sleepers in there, spread across them and stuff. So we'll see. I wish people would just kind of sell these fucking things loose, man. It's just without overpricing them shits, and it's just like you might as well just buy the damn wave. But I don't get around to doing that too much, so I don't fucking know. It went live on Friday. Okay. Yeah, I must have just missed that entirely because like I said, I just automatically knew I'm passing up on all of them. I just was like, I'm passing up on all of them, so I wasn't even on top of it, man. Omar, you're sounding like a maniac. Oh man. Fucking hell, bro. I might have to quit collecting. Are you doing an unparalleled universe impression? Very accurate. Oh shit, man. I don't know if you guys are shit talking me or you guys praising me. It would be funny if Iron Man is the next maximum figure. Oh fuck. Man, you know what? That might be, it might not be that far away. Kind of a bummer. I thought the Thor was gonna be one of the reveals at this event. But like I said, they looks like they're not gonna be doing these like Hasbro Pulse Con too much, so they have to spread themselves out at different cons and stuff, like actual events. And I think the next one is MCM London. I think we might see the next maximum reveal there because yeah, right here it looks like they did that fucking made to order and then a whole wave of Marvel Legends. You get the Bath Scourge. It only makes sense to put out a maximum Thor next. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. Brain power here. The brain power in full effect. But along with that, we got a couple of 2-packs. So pretty cool of this to just build out this team, remaining rosters. We get an updated Black Bolt and Triton with the COVID mask and stuff. Where the Black Bolt looks cool as fuck, man. I do want that, but man, that waist swivel is just god awful. That Vulcan body is like one of their more newer bodies. It looked dated as fuck as soon as it was revealed. So I wish we would get around to making something else, but probably gonna get people just because, like I said, it builds out the rest of the team. Because along with that, we get Medusa and Gorgon, and yeah, this one was another one that a lot of people were hot over, especially that Medusa, where it's like the fuck people are shit talking the Apocalypse, but then are hot on this one. I'm like, man, that shit just looks like not a fun figure. Even though they did kind of bring up that it's going to have some articulation in the hair, so you're going to be able to kind of pose that around, give it more balance and stuff. The Gorgon looks pretty cool. It has like a lot of original tooling on that. Just like the hooves on his fucking feet and shit, or ass feet, look pretty cool. And just the size on them looks pretty imposing, so pretty cool 2-packs overall. I think these are going to sell well. And I think that Crystal and Lockjaw is probably going to start selling a lot faster now too. Where man, I kind of want to get that just for the Lockjaw, and I just kind of want this one just for the Black Bolt because I have the old Black Bolt, but man, that's just old as fuck, bro. Like, goddamn, I can't remember when the fuck I got that shit, but that shit is like old. It really sticks out. So I want to get that, and then retro cardback Spider-Man reveal. So we got Spider-Man 2099, and shit, man, they gonna get me for this, man. I think this shit looks hot shit, bro. Like, this is hot right here. I recently got the Mayfix, and man, that was actually one of the better Mayfix recently that I've copped. But man, I don't know. It's like I said, something about that Marvel Legends, man. They hit different when they're bangers and shit. And this one to me is just a banger. Like, who doesn't love 2099? It's just such a cool design, man. My boy Miguel has never looked better. So I'll probably get this, just like I said, more for the Marvel Legends display. It's pretty cool. And this one's gonna sell out. That reissued cardback one sold out. I think they came out in 2021. Man, that thing looked like that was just like no update on that. I remember I passed on that. I was like, this is the same fucking figure, just on this nice cardback. It's like the little shit that they had to do to get people to buy shit is just annoying as fuck. But man, it's cool to see that they you know, they don't give a fuck about sticking it to collectors again. So they got those motherfuckers twice or 3 times. And yeah, third time's the charm, man. I'm copping this shit. This is nice. Kind of an updated body too. I saw some people pointing that out. It's kind of a mix of like Renew Your Vows and Amazing Fantasy, maybe I want to say. Kind of looks like Amazing Fantasy from the torso, but I don't know. I'm not exactly 100% sure on it, but I think it looks great. You know, pretty dope. And then we got Cardiac, and this was kind of a pretty exciting reveal for a lot of people, man. I think it was just a character that a lot of people wanted for a while. Kind of a more of a vigilante, um, anti-hero type, also kind of going a good villain display for Spidey, but also kind of like anti-hero type. And yeah, a lot of people thought it was gonna be never get it revealed from them because I think the creator or something is gonna be a bitch to license through. But yeah, it looks like they pulled it off. You get some original sculpting on here. Like the lines on his body are all sculpted on there, so it's not just paint. Figure itself looks pretty good, honestly. Like I was like, man, this actually looks pretty good for Marvel Legends, but obviously it's gonna because it has like these like sculpted on lines and stuff, it's gonna lack some fucking movement at the waist. Like there's no kind of waist cut there at all. So I think they could have definitely done something there. Maybe like a reverse ab crunch would have worked. But since it has like these like squiggly lines right there, exactly like on the waist, I think that's kind of why they wanted to avoid that. But overall, it's not a bad one. The head sculpts look really good, you know. And then yeah, this is also going to go on the card back as well. So probably going to get people to double dip on it for that fact alone. As dumb as that sounds, there's people that just buy these for their fucking walls. I think that's just fucking crazy. I wouldn't do all that all the time. Maybe for a few of them, like the Spider-Man, the Venom, the Carnage, but a character like this, I would just want to pop out of that blister card and just kind of put it on display somewhere, kind of fucking fuck around with it a little bit. But yeah, this is cool to kind of fill out more Spidey villains and stuff. And then yeah, classic Marvel characters as well. So saw a lot of people excited for this one. So probably gonna sell really well. And then we jump into the G.I. Joe panel, and they kind of just showed off product photography there for their previously rendered reveal only. So we got the hit and run, we got the mole rats looking pretty crazy, looking pretty turned up and shit, right on the basketball court. Lifeline also, and man, like I always say, man, the fucking photography to this shit just sells the fuck out of it, man. Shooting the Galaxy is not getting paid enough. Like he ain't getting paid enough. We got Big Lob dunking on these motherfuckers. Is just fucking awesome as fuck. He's like dunking their head through that shit. Like that's just crazy, bro. Like I love that. And then, yeah, he actually looks not too bad, man. I was kind of worried about the head sculpt when we saw the renders only, but the head sculpt actually looks pretty good, man. So yeah, might be a hot seller. And then this Night Viper, man, I'm copping this shit, bro. This shit looks awesome, man. I definitely want to get a couple of these, you know. They just look cool. I love the colors on them. Like it just has like a really more different color for Cobra, you know, kind of looks more Joe type. But pretty dope. And then they got their name only reveals. So we got Crazy Legs and Zap. So fucking OG-13 characters. And yeah, I said last week or 2 weeks ago, I do have the Crazy Legs, but forgot that was Night Force that came out with that shit. So yeah, we get the OG-13 roster being filled out. So that's awesome. And then we got a Crimson Guard, female Crimson Guard. And yeah, this one's gonna be pretty dope as well, too. I don't know if this is from that modern comic or is this something that came out in the vintage line? I don't think it ever did come out in the vintage line, but it kind of looks like that comic and shit from the Energon universe and stuff. So I don't know if they're kind of leaning into that. I actually didn't watch any live streams kind of covering this, so that's cool. I'm at the fucking study up on this because yeah, if they start going into that Energon universe, like that's gonna be crazy because some of the designs on there are really cool. And then render reveals. So we got this fucking Cobra Law. I forgot what the fuck this thing is called, but this thing looks like cold shit, bro. I do not like how this looks at fucking all. This looks too gnarly for me and not in a good way. I think the head sculpts are interesting. They look cool, but man, this thing looks like fucking I don't know what it looks like, man. This is from that fucking movie. And yeah, this is where a lot of Joe fans are even anti this shit because this is just too zany, you know. And I know for some people that's a selling point. It's like, yeah, I love it when it gets zany. It's fun. I was like, I don't know, guy. It's like, you know, I don't. Shit looks like a fucking Common Rider or some shit. Like, I don't know if I like this, but Joe fans, classified series fans are fucking some of the best fans out there, guys. And I'll use that word best. Because yeah, they're hot for a lot of the stuff getting shown off. So they could probably sell well. It looks like a good army builder as well. And then a fucking Arctic Hiss tank, man. So man, previously only said that it was never gonna be fucking released to the public ever again. So you got to get the HasLab if you want this toy. But looks like that no longer the case, man. And like I said, I think it's good. I don't give a fuck if a company said one thing and then they fucking change their mind. It's like, who fuck cares, man? They don't owe us shit, bro. Like, they don't owe us a goddamn fucking thing. And that's why it's fair to criticize them because they don't owe us shit. We don't owe them shit. So, what the fuck is the fucking problem? I fucking find it ridiculous that people plant their flag. No, they said never again. I'm not buying this because they said never again. And I got the original one. Did you get the original one because you wanted the toy or because it was gonna be never released again? What the fuck? I get shit because I think it's cool as fuck and I want it. I don't get it because it's gonna be the one of one fucking whatever the fuck. Because they could just lie. It could not be a fact. And I look like a jackass if I bought it for that reason alone. Like I said about the HasLab fucking or the made to order apocalypse, the further away they could get away from that HasLab model, the better. And if this is this is a step in the right direction to me because this just opens the floodgates. You could see fucking Tiger Force, Dragonfly, Tiger Force. I know they've done the little ATVs and shit already, but all that shit that they did back in the day, like that was back in the day. That's how they made fucking toys. They tooled something up and then they gave you repaints of it. And that continued to make more of this crap that you're fucking hot over. This garbage that you're fucking slurping nonstop over. How do you think they get around to continuing a fucking line if they never again are gonna reuse tooling on stuff? It's like, who cares, dude? Whenever I hear that shit to me is fucking cringe behavior, bro. Like, I'm planting my flag because these guys told me one thing and now they said something different. Fuck off. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here. That's just so fucking cringe that, like I said, you don't gotta get it, but to think that the company's gonna have to do right by you for fucking what? It's fucking money. It's like, dude, money talks. You know what walks, bro. So that's all I gotta say about that. And you don't got to get it. I personally am not getting it because I don't fuck with anything snow. I think it's just for me, it's a pass. But like I said, it opens the floodgates. Now we're probably gonna see a blue toy-inspired, toy color Hiss tank. That's awesome. I'll get that. Yeah, I'll probably get 2 of those fucking things. Like, why not? So why? Because this person doesn't want their fucking HasLab to be reissued or re-released in a different color. Nobody else that didn't get one can never get one. Oh, fuck that, dude. Like, that's so fucking lame to me. When I hear people like bitch about that shit, yeah, it's fair to critique the company, like call them out for it. I am calling them out for it. I'll call them out. Yeah, you guys are fucking lying pieces of shit. But I knew you were pieces of shit from the beginning. So it's like, yeah, I'll call you out for it, but I'm not gonna plant my flag on anything like, oh, fuck that, out of principle type shit. Get the fuck out of here, dude. It's a fucking damn toy, man. Fuck all that. And then they showed this thing off that I didn't even fucking know what it was for. Looks like some kind of fucking dog or something. I don't know. Some kind of animal for sure. But like I said, I'm not really into Joes like that, so I couldn't pinpoint exactly where it's from. But like I said, I haven't really seen any live streams this week kind of covering the reveals too much. So I really don't know if it's been dissected already and kind of pointed out what it was, but it definitely looks like it's like a handler's like something over their fucking collar or something. So probably some kind of animal that I'm just not familiar with, but gotta wait to see what it is. And then their Cobra La Pythona, we finally got like promotional images to it. This was exclusive at the event. I believe it's available right now for Pulse members, and then November 3rd, the pre-orders open up for the rest of the public. Where that's probably where a lot of people are gonna go in for it, because yeah, overall it's interesting looking figure. I think the figure itself looks great, but like I said, the character itself is not my cup of tea when it comes to like G.I. Joe stuff. I kind of really do like the more OG inspired stuff, really army kind of inspired stuff, where this kind of just fits like as a cool action figure villain type, yeah, obviously for your Joes, but kind of even looks like a Power Rangers villain almost, So I don't know. I think it looks cool. I think it looks like a great figure. There's a lot of like interesting sculpt on it. The soft goods look fantastic on this thing, a lot better than anything Marvel Legends would ever put on their figures. And then yeah, a few of the accessories look pretty cool, but yeah, overall I'm passing on this. Even if I was like a fan of the movie, I think I would still pass on it. Like, it's not really something that would fit into my Joe collection. And then if I don't fit it in there, it's like, where the fuck is this fucking thing go? But it is an interesting look for a character. So I gotta drink me some fucking water, man. I'm dying of thirst over here, bro. I'm thirsty. And I'm still thirsty. So yeah, that's the Cobra La Pythona. And like I said, it's available. And then we got some in-booth shots from the cons. We got the Arctic Hiss tank. And yeah, this thing, like I said, it's just a fucking repaint, obviously, but to plant your flag on it and think that it's like the most diabolical thing for a toy company to reuse stuff, it's like, who cares what the fuck they said? Obviously, they fucking lie. They lie all the time. They lie. When they lie? When they say that you fans are the best. That's when they fucking lie to you, man. It's like, who the fuck cares? Companies lie. Like I said, everyone lies. Men lie, women lie. Everyone fucking lies, guys. This is not the fucking breaking news here, so it's not the end of the fucking world for them to re-release something. It is what the fuck it is, Either buy it or don't buy it, motherfucker. That's what I always say. But yeah, like I said, in-booth shots of the wave looks pretty good. I think this wave is probably one of the better waves recently. Like I said, this one is instant army builder, like copping this heavy. This hit and run, I know it's got nitpicked, but I think it looks cool. I'm copping this. The lifeline looks pretty interesting too. I know a lot of people have their nitpicks of this one as well, but I think even this one's gonna sell well. It just has a like a more different look. Especially since it's a medic too. You definitely need the medics. And then the big lob. This one's getting a lot of shit talk too, a lot of pushback. But I think it makes for a fun looking toy, especially you got the basketball and shit. You get this motherfucker dunking off those. Like, yeah, this is pretty cool, So pretty dope overall. This motherfucker racing. Shit. 8K said, yep, they don't owe you anything. Now, how about releasing the Sentinel again? Yeah, exactly. It's gonna happen, dude. All that stuff is on the table, man. Especially with their stuff. I would find it a little bit more difficult for them to kind of redo Marvel, Star Wars stuff. But if it's their stuff, they're gonna fucking do it. It's gonna happen, and this is like their main shit that they have, because from there moving to the Transformers, and this is a shared toy line with Takara, so I don't think they could just do whatever the fuck they want here. But I was shit talking these guys like a week or two ago, when I was like, man, 3-0's actually got their heads on their shoulders, putting out the current comic shit, and finally official release, we get the fucking Optimus Prime with the Megatron arm, and as simple as this looks, it's effective. It's pretty cool. It's I believe it's only gonna be $90 or $80. So you don't get the whole trailer that you do with the Studio Series 86, but man, it goes good for the comic fans. I think this is cool. Just like I said, it's an official release. So if I didn't have the Studio Series 86, I probably would cop this, man. And to be quite honest, if I see this on sale, I might cop it. I just think it's a cool look for Optimus. And it ain't like a fucking Marvel Legends where you could just pop and swap the damn arm. Like, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking Transformers apart. They have like these really small screws that I'm just like, nah, fucking with. So yeah, that's that. And then the head sculpt on this one, I actually like the head sculpt on this one better than the Studio Series 86. So that is slightly tweaked around also. And then yeah, I think it's just cool that they're on top of it, man. Shout out to Praetorian and Boost Shots, because from there we also got the Samurai Optimus and the Samurai Starscream. So this is part of their Transformers Timelines figures. So little inspired looks. I think it was from a comic book. This motherfucker transforms into an ox with like a little carriage, and the Starscream transforms into this fucking eagle, where I think the eagle itself looks cool as fuck. And it's I thought these things were goofy and not gonna sell well, like they did the Train Optimus. But man, Transformers fans are actually digging these a lot, dude. They're selling really well because it's something different, And I think for that, people are really in for it, because yeah, it is something different. It's like, how many times you get this fool as a jet? How many times you get Optimus as a goddamn trailer? It's like, you want something different, And like now here, this is like crazy different. And I didn't get better shots of the Samurai Optimus, but the robot design actually looked pretty fucking cool. The only thing is that they're a little bit shorter. They're a little bit on the shorter side. I think this one was only like 5.5 or 6.5 inches or something. I think 5.5, honestly. And the Starscream also is a little bit shorter. So only these two were revealed so far. Probably gonna see Megatron and Bumblebee next. No kind of guesses on what kind of animals they're gonna be, but yeah, since it's like samurai inspired, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what fucking Megatron would be. Might be some kind of lion or something. I don't fucking know. Something cool, something Japan related. And then we jump over to the Black Series, and man, I gotta go right through this one because it ain't much. But man, when I saw this, I was like, "What the fuck is this, man?" This kind of tripped me the fuck out because I was like, "God damn, they're going back to the Book of Boba Fett." Like, man, they must hate money because yeah, they're not gonna get a lot. But I gotta say, this Boba Fett actually looks pretty goddamn good. I ain't gonna lie. I have the SH fig arts of this. Came with the throne and stuff, but there's something about this one that just looks super crispy, man. I just like how it looks. Not enough for me to get it, but the new tooling on this is the fucking toe hinge, and I just think it's just so crazy that they really were like showcasing that. Like, look, this got toe hinge, and it's like, god damn, bro. It's like the little they do, but if you're only a Black Series collector, I think it's an effective release. I think it's a good looking Boba Fett. It just kind of trips me out because it's like, man, this figure's gotten pumped out so much, like recent. Not this version of Boba Fett, but the character himself. That it's kind of dangerous for these guys to put out another one. So hopefully they kind of tweak out these quantities out. Of making stuff and just not over supplying stores with it, because once you see these things flooding pegs, you kind of don't want to buy this stuff. You have to have like a more exclusive feel to it, man. I think, I know they want to get their sales, but like I said, I think it hurts sales when you just over produce of stuff. But I think this Boba Fett's gonna sell well, man. Like I said, there's something about it that just looks super clean. I just wish the series was better. I might have bid on this thing, and to be quite honest, if I didn't have the SH Fig Arts, I would have probably copped this thing. I'll be quite honest. It just would fit better with my Black Series stuff. I regret getting that Fig Arts because that's the only SH Fig Arts Star Wars figure that I have. I don't have any of the Star Wars stuff, and it doesn't fit with my collection though. Great accessories, comes with the throne. I love the throne. But yeah, if I didn't have that one, I would cop this. I would fucking definitely cop this shit right here. It does have a cool look. And then this Obi-Wan Kenobi Vader with the fucking damaged head sculpt. Where this one was previously a Target exclusive, and it actually skyrocketed in the aftermarket price. I saw a lot of people paying top dollar for a Black Series, which is pretty crazy, but it did sell out really fast on Target. And then yeah, it was the only Star Wars Black Series with this head sculpt, so it's pretty cool that they kind of do a reissue on it. I don't know if it's tweaked around from that release, but for that reason, I think people are gonna cop or jump on this one, man, because that head sculpt is just nice. I'll probably pass. I didn't get that Kenobi Vader, but like I said, these series were just so piss poor that they're treading on fucking water, fucking on this shit right here, pumping these out because these series just did not do good at all. So it's kind of dangerous to kind of push it out from them. And then we got Kyle Katarn. I don't know if they had promotional images of it, but we got in-booth shots of it. And even this, man, there's something about it. Just kind of looks plain Jane, but it's still kind of, it has that Star Wars charm to it, man. I think this one's gonna sell well. As far as I know, it's like more of a fan favorite character. I don't know too much about him. I think it's just like more EU stuff. But I don't know. Anytime they have a Jedi out there, it's gonna sell well and shit. So we'll see what's up with that. And I feel like that Star Wars video game Dash Rendar came and went. Haven't seen any reveals from that video game since that Zizar and then the fucking Dash Rendar. We haven't seen anything else from them. I think people are still waiting on that. And yeah, probably MCM London. I think that's kind of where they're gonna have more shit, because shout out to Heroes Collections, the homie Brandon. He's on the team now, and he's out there from the UK. So I know he's gonna definitely have some stuff up his sleeve for the Star Wars fans. So you gotta wait to see that. But that was pretty much it for the Star Wars stuff. And piss poor Disney handling their products and shit, because we move into their HasLab for the 375 Tron line. And man, I gotta fucking say, bro, these guys are smoking fucking crack, bro. $260 for this is fucking insane, dude. It just was jarring to see this panel reveal. Like, people were just walking out. It was crazy. It was just fucking hilarious. I was watching it on Toy News SI, and you could just see people walking out as they were showing this, because you're already at a disadvantage putting out a scale that not a lot of people collect, not a lot of modern collectors collect. You're at a disadvantage putting out a movie that's fucking 40 something years old, and then to price it at $260, you got to be out of your fucking mind. And it looks like they are, because that's exactly what the fuck they did. And yeah, like I said, not only me, but everybody was taking this thing apart, man. And it just trips me out. I actually have to go check. I have to go check. I don't want to be eating my words live on stream and see this thing funding well over fucking stretch goals. But I mean, not over stretch goals. I don't think there is any. But yeah, to see this, no, not even 1,000 backers yet. I believe it needs 10,000 backers, and it closes in 43 days. So it's at 179. And yeah, this is a $260 price point for something so like little for what you're getting. It's just insane, man. It's like, this is all you're getting. And the biggest, highest selling point on this was, I guess, the base. It has some kind of light up feature or something. Like, it was even just hard to like pay attention to this as it was getting revealed for even 5 minutes. It was just like, you could just see it right away. Not for me. I don't care what it costs. I don't even care if it was $80. I wouldn't buy it. So I kind of like tuned out. I was just kind of like on my phone watching some of the stream. And I was like, wait, did this motherfucker say 260? And I was like, oh yeah, people are gonna shit talk this. I know it's funny because after the panel was over, shout out to Geek Dad Live. He had to go live right away. And this is like stuff that's up his sleeve. It's got the nostalgia for those older fans and stuff. Man, he tore right into this thing, because yeah, this is crazy, bro. To price something that high for what little you get. This is scummy behavior from Hasbro, more so than like reissuing out a fucking his tank with a different paint job. This is just like, I don't know if it has to do with Disney's license, but you can't tell me that it costs $260 to put this thing together. Like, no fucking way. For $260, I think people will be smart enough to buy a damn 3D printer and print these god awful fucking cycles out. The front wheel doesn't even spin, doesn't roll. Fuck. I watched the Analog Toys kind of break this thing apart. And he actually liked the figures. The figures themselves actually do look good. Like, for 3.75, it's like these actually look fairly good for that scale, Like I said, this would be up a lot of people's alley, but it's just not priced correctly, and it's just like, it's not priced correctly by a lot too. It's not even like, oh, the Apocalypse is $20 over what I would have paid. This is like over $200 what a lot of people would pay. Like, it's just way too much, where, okay, let's just say for crazy, let's just break this apart. Let's say $20 a figure. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, you get 5 figures, that's $100. Then you get this shit, the cycles, that's $160. Like, no way with the bait. Like, no way, dude. No. These figures should be no more than $15 a pop. And those cycles should be $20, $25 a pop. That's not even $100 damn dollars. It's like not even $150. I mean, so yeah, like I said, this is way overpriced, man. It kind of snuffs out the fans of the stuff, because this isn't anything a modern collector would even come near, bro. This is just not fucking it. The best thing on this that they're selling is the nice card backs. And like I said, for a modern collector that just rips their shit out of their packaging, that ain't a sell, And I guess they're going after like more older collectors. I think they know that these motherfuckers got more money than the average fucking modern collector, and this is just like price gouging, bro, at this point, because it's kind of scummy, and yeah, I think that's why people shit talk Hasbro most of the time, because of this type of like approach to stuff, but like they can easily just hide behind the Disney license, like, this is Disney, that's not us, guys. Okay, fair enough, but you're still the one having to tool this thing up. You're still the one having to do all this, and I think you could price it somewhat more reasonable, you know? That's just my thought because yeah, this was fucking insane, bro. HK said, "I'm a sucker. I ordered this boba." Yeah, I think the boba looks good, man. But like I said, it's just a little bit too old already for something that didn't really age that well. I thought all Star Wars news came from Roscon. Yeah, you might get that at Roscon 8. You might have to save some $20, man. But it is a good looking boba. I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't have a belly. Yeah, that's probably the only thing that's missing on that. Didn't know where. Didn't know there was such a big Tron following. Who knew? No, I think fucking Bobby Valla pointed it out correctly. Disney is making these guys do this. They have a movie that's recently out, Tron Ares. I heard it's dog crap. I heard it's complete shit. But these guys are making these guys do this because they recently re-signed the deal with Hasbro. I think it's part of the contract. Like, hey, you have to make these movie figures for us. You have to make some kind of release. So I think it's up to Hasbro to kind of do something better than this and price it better than this. It's like I think they're obligating them to make it, but I think Hasbro is fucking up and not doing something a little bit more customer friendly, consumer friendly. But they did the same thing when the Indiana Jones line, that last movie came out. What did they do? They came out with a whole fucking indie line. Every fucking movie. Where's the line now? It's already done. It's like they moved on, but they're obligated to make this crap. So it's like it's not that there's like a huge Tron fan base, but Disney wants to see their IPs out there, and they're just dumb if they are making Hasbro price it up this much because they're assuming that these adult collectors, these kid adults, are just fucking drowning in money, and that ain't the case, man. We still perceive value the same as another person that's fucking not collecting toys, and this is there's no value in this shit. This is a fucking clear ripoff. So I think anybody with a fucking brain can see that. I thought I was getting punked when I seen this Tron HasLab. Yeah, exactly. It's just it's insane. 873 out of 10,000 for Tron HasLab. They are almost there. Oh man, it's just this is definitely a kick in the nuts to the company, but I think it's well deserved if it's Disney. I'll give them $50. Take it or leave it. Cheyette's iconic blood 666. Yeah, I don't know. I think even 50. I don't know. I don't want to say that's too much, but yeah, this is not it right here, man. It looks like McDonald's Happy Meals toys. Yeah, I definitely can see that. Like I said, I think the figures themselves look well enough for 375, but look at the cycles, man. That definitely looks like a Happy Meals toy, like for sure. Um, this is Reba. It has Labgate all over again, except people like Tron. Not a lot. Yeah. Yeah, it's got its fan base, but it's not like that. It's not a hardcore fan base. But like I said, I think there is an obligation to make this for them. I knew the boomer generation has money, but goddamn, they probably have no nostalgia for this. Yeah, even them. Like I said, I watched Jay from GDL rip into this thing because it ain't fucking there, man. Funniest part is that the HasLab from Tron could make more than Tron Ares box office. Yeah, dude, that's crazy, right? But like I said, man, you blame modern studios. Hollywood is fucked, bro. Like I hate to be one of those hyperbolic like toy tubers. I mean, toy YouTubers and stuff. They're always bashing on Disney, but it's fucking true, man. It's true, guys. That shit has infected all of like a lot of industries, bro. Video game, comic, movies, shows. There ain't a lot of good shit out there anymore, man. Like there is not, dude. It's very little cool stuff being made for modern day because it's just infested with all this garbage, all these like no talent having fucking woke pieces of shit, bro. And I hate using that word so much, woke, but it's true. That's the word that they kind of dubbed it for. And yeah, it is true, bro. There's a culture war going on, bro. And they've infested a lot of these industries and like shit. You gotta vote with your wallet, man. The first two Tron movies were terrible. Visually, they look good, but the story is boring as fuck. Yeah, I can't even remember that first Tron one. I remember Legacy more, and we're gonna take a look at the figures for that. But even that just came out of fucking nowhere, and that's what I mean. I think Bobby was right. This is just an obligation to make stuff because of their current movie. Figuarts Ezra Flash was announced after the movie bombed. Bandai had to fulfill a contract with DC. Yeah, exactly. They have to fulfill contracts for their shit, man. So it's just like put something Tron out, and it's like okay, they came out with this crap. And like on display as a vintage collector, I think people would be intrigued by it. Like as a like I said, I watched Analog Toys kind of dissecting, and he was liking it. He liked it. He was like, yeah, this looks great. But he said at 260, like, are they out of their fucking mind? You look at the vintage figures, the 3.75 Tron figures, they're like $400 a pop. So, like I said, for like a vintage retro collector, this is up their alley. But they're not gonna eat shit, Hasbro. Like as much as you want them to eat your shit, they're not just gonna bend the fuck over. I mean, there's 873 people that are willing to bend over. That tells you a lot. That's fucking 872 more than I thought would. But like, it's insane, you know. And like I said, it's just vote with your wallet, but it sucks that there is fans of stuff that would want something and like this is the only thing out there for them, you know. That's just complete shit, you know. It's not even woke. It's talentless people that are right about themselves instead of the IP, and that's why woke is associated with bad content. Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I meant. Talentless acts that only really know about certain kind of perspectives and stuff that never live life at all, you know. They don't know shit. They don't even know the IPs they're writing for. You're exactly right. I like that female figure. Hey, yo, my man Hard Fast coming in hard fast. And then we move into the Tron Legacy 112 releases. And these actually look pretty cool, you know. But like I said, it's just such an old ass movie. I think this shit came out like 10 years ago. And I don't even fucking remember it, man. I remember like a bunch of like me and my homies, we were like, I think I was like with my coworkers or something, to be honest. I think like some guy like my job had like shrooms, and we're like, oh, we're gonna go watch Tron Legacy. And I think I went and I had some shrooms, but I don't think I felt it like these motherfuckers. But they were like, whoa, they were like stuck to this movie. And I remember I just left, and they were like, oh, like you're leaving? I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going home. Like I don't think they hit me and shit, but man, they were just stuck on this shit. And I remember I was like watching the movie and I couldn't even fucking enjoy it because they wouldn't shut the fuck up. They kept talking about these random combos. That's all I remember about this shit, man. But I gotta say, the cycles look pretty cool. I would put like a Deadpool on that shit or something, man. It kind of looks cool. Maybe even like your fucking Nightwing, your Mayfix Nightwing will kind of look cool on there, I think. But other than that, I just thought this was just so random until I heard Bobby's kind of take on it. And yeah, I could definitely see that. It's definitely an obligation to fulfill when it comes to these contracts that are signed with these fucking studios and stuff. And you know, it's like Hasbro, you want to make our shit then. You know, and they just got to play ball, you know. So I think they do the best they can. You know, the figures themselves don't look bad. Like they don't look that bad, but it's just so random. I gotta see what's up with that cycle though. That actually does look kind of cool, but if it comes with the figure, and I think it does, I think I'm gonna pass on it entirely. But I just it's so fucking random. Code name saying woke smoke in the air. Yeah, that's it right there, man. Why get the HasLab when they have 112 figures that look better? Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought it was just insane that they revealed this HasLab. It's like, okay, and then you have these figures that actually look better than the HasLab. It's like, then why the fuck would I buy the HasLab? It's like, you know, but like I said, it's for that specific fan. It's for that specific retro vintage fan. They like this, but that price is just it's not fair, dude. It's not fair. It's a direct kick in the nuts. That's the first tier. It's a square kick in the fucking nuts. That's the first tier that gets unlocked when you back that. Like I said before, Tron and Tron Legacy look amazing, but story is as entertaining as a bag of rocks. Yeah, like I said, even on shrooms, I couldn't get into that shit. Like I said, I was more annoyed with my coworkers. They were just want to shut the fuck up, man. But jumping back into New York Comic Con, take a look at some of the Mondo booth. We got these 1/6 TMNT figures, and I gotta say, these things look fucking awesome, dude. Like these look insanely cool. That I wish they were 112, and I think they would be better than the Medi Toys one. To be quite honest, scope wise. Maybe not articulation wise, but scope wise, I like how these look a lot. And I think these are going to be one of their better selling 1/6 lines out there. And they have a pretty good collection of 1/6 stuff. We took a look at their Marvel series all the time, from Spider-Man to X-Men. These TMNT figures, like, they're taking the cake. This and their Motu stuff is just next level to me when it comes to 1/6 stuff. I'm seriously going to be interested in looking at the price tag on this thing, because a set of these turtles is just going to be perfect 1/6 turtles. You're never going to get better than this. Like, these look very fucking cool. So I'm going to see what's up with that. I just kind of wish that they would kind of reveal the rest of the brothers instead of just fucking jumping over to Shredder right away. But when the Shredder comes out, you put this next to your fucking Mum Ra, your your Skeletor for that. That might be interesting. That might be cool to do. I might see what's up with that because yeah, I do have the Skeletor. I can easily backtrack a Mum-Ra, get a Shredder. You got these classic fucking 80s villains and shit, like stylized in a Mondoverse 1/6 scale. Like, yeah, that's gonna pop. That's gonna pop really good. But I'm more interested in the TMNT 1/6 figures more so than the Shredder if I really got to pick and choose. And then jumping over to their 112, we just recently took a look at their Masters of the Universe 2000X line, and it looks like the next wave after Man at Arms and Skeletor is going to be Teela. And man, I love Teela's design in this cartoon. Like, her fucking head sculpt is fucking beautiful, bro. Talk about waifu, man. Like, waifu material. She looks great in this. She looks way better than any other design I've ever seen of Teela. So a figure of this would be interesting. I'm kind of bummed out. I don't know, man. I'm kind of having more concerns about this line, more so the more I see. But still giving fair opportunity. Got to wait to see them in hand. At least for myself, at least the He-Man, and then the Merman also going to be that part of that third wave along with Teela. So pretty cool. You get an Orko with Teela. Probably going to be that timed exclusive. And the Merman looks like he's got a cool amount of stuff as well too, including that corn on the cob sword. So that looks pretty awesome. But yeah, we'll see what's up with that. Ghost Tap saying on an interview, Mondo gave a really good insight. I mean, a really good insight. They said their inspiration was how the 4 TMNT movie design would look. Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. Also, like how the continuation of those movies would have been. It's just cool. It's just like I said, they have like the 90s inspired stuff, like right here on his fucking his watch or whatever, his little gauntlet. He has like a kind of Super Nintendo-ish inspired kind of controller. So that's kind of interesting. I like that, and then yeah, I like just the spin, the flavor that they put onto their Mondoverse stuff. It looks cool, you know what I mean? So we'll see what's up. Ivan Sanchez in the house saying, I think Meditoys are closest to Mondo level. Yeah, I love how the Meditoys looks, but if I had to pick like a 112 version of like sculpt, like man, if these were 112, these would be like the perfect TMNT line. Like hands is fucking down, so they probably aren't going to be 112 ever. So shit, why not get the 1/6? Teela looked darker in the cartoon. Look how fucking Ghost. This is like a picture of a picture, bro. We can't even fucking tell what the fuck it looks like. But yeah, I know. Like I said about this line, it's slightly tweaked from the cartoon. It's slightly tweaked. So maybe for the good, maybe for the worse. I don't know. We gotta wait to see him. But I do like how Teela looked in that cartoon. So I just gotta wonder how tall this bitch is gonna be, because these figures are looking like 7.5 inch tall, and that's like not 112, guys. I don't know who told you. I don't know if Todd McFarlane told you that, but it ain't 112. I'm so getting that Teela, Ivan Sanchez. Yeah, the Teela looks, man. I might have to just jump in for the He-Man and the Teela, to be quite honest. Like shit. Obi-Wan, is it me or are these figs all looking more animation style than the actual He-Man sculpt? I mean, this isn't even a fucking damn toy. Like this is just a picture of it's not even a fucking render of the figure. This is just a picture of the cartoon. I think. I don't know. Like we gotta wait to see what the fuck they look like. But I would not be making any kind of decisions based off of this. This is nothing. We have the Mattel version, so we have options. Yeah, Mattel's coming out with their line. I'm gonna talk about that probably in next week's show, but I did see their first wave go for pre-order. When Meditoys makes Casey Jones, it's going to go hard. Oh fucking A, man. I'm still waiting on that Muff Toys Casey Jones to go for pre-order. He-Man, Skeleton, and Battle Cat are a lock for me. Teela and Sorcerer are a maybe. I'm getting that. I'm getting the fucking He-Man first, and then I'm getting the Skeletor second. Oh, and then also 112 Brave Star. So they announced that at their panel. I'm not really too familiar with Brave Star myself, but I think there's like a Ramen Toys one, I want to say. But it looks like these guys are keeping it official. And then it looks like they're giving people another opportunity to get some of these ghosts from their Ghostbusters line. So we got the Sam Hain Halloween edition. This time with different little ghouls and goblins to go along with them. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, you got to give people opportunity to get these bricks, because that fucking first release was like $200 and it comes with the ghosts. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that, And I know they give people the option to just get the Ghostbuster dude. That's cool, but you do want the monsters. You do want the ghouls and the ghosts and stuff. So it's cool that they are doing them, just kind of tweaking them around, kind of giving them different paint jobs and stuff. That's cool. That's fair enough, And I gotta say, man, we move into their fucking booth, and they got Janine over here looking fucking fine. Dude, this chick is looking good, bro. And check out this scope right here. Hey, yo, that arch. Look at that little fucking monster coming out of the drawer for that. Like, god damn, that's a nice scope right there, dude. They're not skimping out on this one. I think this one's gonna be their best selling figure of this line. Cause man, I was like, man, a lot of people were digging this, myself included. I was like, I remember her from the cartoon. Even when I was a little kid, I remember her. But man, like I was like, damn, these guys are going all out with this one. And I believe they might be like a timed edition that comes with this desk. That's what a lot of people are guessing, that the desk and the lower body that's already kind of sitting down with their legs crossed is going to be part of the timed edition. And if you don't get that one, I think it's just going to be like the figure just standing up, no desk or nothing. But I think for this character, you need the desk. Like you need that shit, you know. Head sculpt looks pretty nice, you know, looks pretty nice on her. So I gotta say, this is probably their best of the line so far, you know. Fucking fifth one's the charm. Like, damn, I was like, damn, these guys they know what the fuck they're doing here. So pretty cool. I think it might be the next figure to go for pre-order. I don't know if it's this one or probably this Halloween edition. Probably the Halloween edition one, you know, but that's easy repaint. But I think this one's not too far away. You can kind of just see the pins and the arms though, so it was a very early prototype. So probably still a ways away, maybe towards the end of the year, maybe like in a month or two. So we'll see what's up with this one. But yeah, I think this was gonna sell really well for a couple of reasons, but we'll see. Ghost Hat saying Ramen Toys already made Brave Star 112, so a little late to the party unless they do 1/6. No, I mean these were specifically said 112, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is up with the Ramen Toys, just not licensing stuff at all. But it looks like these guys want to keep it official over here. I was mad with Brave Star, but when they announced SWAT Cats, oh, did they announce SWAT Cats? I didn't even get that slide, but hey, that's cool. I second that. I'm saving when Janine goes on pre-order. Yeah, that's the one, bro. That's gonna be the one. Janine could come with the slimmer face splash she got in the opening. Hey, yo, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I do remember that opening. Dude, there's a couple of sculpts that people were kind of like posting in comments or like, use this sculpt where she's like all wet, like drenched and shit. And I was like, yeah, dude, they probably are gonna get freaky with it, man. So we'll see, man. We'll definitely see that. But just kind of round out the show, guys. More fucking TMNT, baby. You can't get enough. We got Joy Toy coming out with their metalhead. And man, I gotta say, dude, I think I'm definitely having FOMO on this line. I only got the brothers. I held off on all of them. The Bebop and Rocksteady look fucking insanely cool. The Slash, man, looks fucking insanely cool. And then we get this metalhead, and look how cool this motherfucker looks, man. Holy fuck, bro. This is just dope as fuck. This accessory with the missiles coming out of his shell, like, dude, this is awesome. This is fucking awesome. I was like, damn, you know what? I gotta see if I can still find the Slash and the Bebop and Rocksteady. I might have start having to backtrack on some of this shit because I definitely want to get more like the iconic characters and stuff in this shit. And I think Metalheads is definitely one of them, man. You know, fucking Donnie's little creation and shit. So this is the cool figure, man. Like just really cool line overall, you know. I know you can kind of nitpick price points and stuff. Some people have. I've heard that, but for 118th, the detail and the accessories that you're getting packed into this, I think it's well worth the price. So yeah, we gotta see what's up with this, man. Because yeah, like I said, the more I see, the more FOMO I get. And this metalhead just made me think, like, fuck, do I still have time to backtrack on this? Are they selling out that fast? I don't even fucking know, man. Because then we move into the leatherhead, and even this one looks cool as fuck, man. They just look like cool, fun little toys, you know. Especially for that scale, it's just like a perfect scale to kind of just, you know, you have like fun on your desk for a while and then kind of put them back in their display or whatever. Like they just look cool as hell, man. It's got the fucking lobsters with them and shit. Like it's awesome, dude. Like this is awesome, man. I like these a lot. And yeah, these two reveals actually made me think that, like, man, I do got to backtrack that because I know the Slash didn't come out not too long ago. So I know I could probably still get him, but I gotta wonder what's up with that Bebop and Rocksteady because those are fucking really cool looking figures, man. That I was like, nope. I remember saying these are gonna be the slippery slow figures. If I get these, I gotta get more, and I didn't get them, so I've just been holding off on them. But like I said, the more I see, the more I like, man. So I'm gonna actually see what's up with this wave right here, man, because this might be the one where I jump back on the train and shit. Might not be too late, you know. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, the missile effect looks dope. Yeah, that to me was just huge selling point. I've never seen that too often, like on any kind of action figure. Mostly like on, I've seen them like on mechs and stuff and shit like that. I've seen it like even like on a Dragon Zord and stuff, but yeah, they need other companies to do more shit like this. That just looks fucking hella cool, man. Like really dope. Like I like that a lot. It's like it would be hard not to display that all the time with that shit. Just has that action feature ready to go, It's like great posability with that. You get some cool shots, and then this one right here too. I just like how it looks. Also, just a little rugged. Got the Tims on them and shit. Got the lugs and shit. Oh man, yeah, that looks dope, man. So I'm gonna see what's up with this, man. And then Hiya Toys also known for their 118 figures. This time come with a 112 Rogue Trooper. And man, as far as I know, I didn't know too much about this, but this is that 2000 AD shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Is this like part of that fucking god damn, what's that shit called? I'm already losing it. What's that fucking motherfucker called? Judge Dreadline? Is that part of the same shit, same universe? Because man, when I saw this shit, I just thought this thing looked dope as fuck. New Earth, yeah, this part of that shit, huh? Yeah, this thing looked cool as hell. Something different, finally, man. Like a 112 release is not like a fucking Batman or something else. This just has a different kind of look to it, man. That I know a lot of people were kind of digging just because it has that like post-apocalyptic kind of look to it. Obviously it has like that military vibe to it as well. I like how this looks a lot, but man, I'm not really too deep into this Hiya Toy stuff. I'm still waiting on the fucking Godzilla to come in stock. I want that shit. And a few other Godzillas, and that's pretty much it. I don't really dip too much into like their 112 or 118th releases, but I know their G.I. Joe 118th line looks fucking awesome, and like I said, if you're building out like pretty cool 118 stuff, you got a few fucking Spin Master Batmobiles, a couple Joy Toy Team and T figures, few Hiya Toys, G.I. Joe figures. It's like, yeah, man, there's possibilities to make more and more shit. I think people on this show have brought up in the past, like a Joy Toy Mighty Morphin Power Rangers line would be fucking gangbusters, man. So we got to see. But this character looked interesting. I thought it was something cool to bring up. I don't know too much about it and stuff, but I thought it looked cool, and yeah, the more they make 112 figures, I think the bigger the company is going to grow, because I feel like that's definitely where the money is at. We all kind of tell. Hiya consistent with their 100 announcements and 8 releases per year. Yeah, exactly. That's why it's kind of hard to get excited for their stuff, right? It's like, man, they don't put too much out, so it's like when you put it out, that's when I'll really get excited over your shit, man. But oh man, I knew this guy with fucking heart emojis and shit. Joy Toy TMNT, the best TMNT line. I love this. I love you guys. Oh man, dude. Go to the comments, bro. Go to the fucking comments, man. And just kind of close out the show, guys. A couple previews, probably talking about this future weeks, but it looks like another fucking Hell Orc coming out from Meditoys. Fucking some more SH Figuarts, My Hero Academia, and my boy Naruto also making a comeback, man. So only previews so far, man. Definitely gonna touch on these kind of the more information that comes out, but I only really got a couple images from them each. So probably going to see the pre-orders opening up soon and full reveals coming soon. But guys, that's all the action figure toy news I have for the evening. Definitely got to keep it at least within 3 hours, man. I'm like, fuck that. I got to fucking cut it short, man, all the time. At least to that point, I'm always willing to kind of do a 3-hour show, but I can't really go past that. But guys, always appreciate you guys joining me, man. I say it every week. It does mean a lot to me, man, that you guys kind of can enjoy the show and stuff. At least I hope you enjoy it, I mean, if you're coming back, you must be enjoying it. But yeah, thank you guys. It does, like I said, it means a lot to me, so I appreciate it. I hope you guys are entertained as much as I am kind of doing this. And then and I continue to kind of put out more episodes and more stuff that we get shown off by companies. Obviously, it's constant flow of news all the time. So I'll be here to cover it with you guys, man. Always enjoy reading your guys' opinions on it. Reading your guys' comments in the chat as much as I can. I'm here for it all, man. So thank you guys. I'll say it again. I say it all the time. This is where I close out with, man. You guys keep collecting, keep buying those stuff, man. And I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Peace out.